It's time to get magical.
It's
Get my
more
Twitch
like
going because I'm gonna record this for today. That's gonna be my recording. It's like a
Alright.
reward. Asuna, what are you getting out there for? You don't need to be up on that. Can't think of a single reason you need to be up on that. Because if you bust your head, I'm gonna laugh and then I'm gonna feel bad. Of course, I'm
at
gonna make
least
sure
you're
you're okay.
honest.
Get down. I just told you to not get on there. Thank you.
Oh, hello.
Okay, village quest.
Here's the quest list.
So, what I'm gonna do first? Let's do 10 loot off. Let's just do some of the
Don't
side
forget
missions
to
first. I don't need to eat for this question.
I'm fighting
I'll say-
Tobi-Kadachi.
Are you? How's the charge plate been for you now that you getting more used
It's
to it?
good. It's good. I just need to remember how to do like the buzzsaw thing. I've gotten used to charging the shield, but I can't figure out how to charge the actual weapon. I forgot how to do it.
Clip it and hold Y. All right. Okay. No, give me the red. The red. Oh, God, come on, man. I'm not trying to kill it with the bug. Where's mine? Trying to get my red. Man, you're so slow.
Hey, look! It finally said you're streaming after I already agreed to, be
Where?
have my audio in here.
I'm trying to get my bug to fill up on the red vial, and because I have a dual color bug, and I keep killing the Luderos before I can fill up my second vial. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I literally just.
Okay,
just
every
killing
time I
with my
press
bug.
the attack.
I would just gotta
So
give
every
up on the
time I
bug
press
thing.
Y, every time I press Y when it's in shield charge, I always go for the overhead attack. Is it B that I need to press, not the A? I mean
Hold on,
the attack.
let me get a thing together and I can help you real quick. Give me, I'm doing a looter. I'm just getting killing a couple looteroths, so slaying I should say. Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, I'm slaying a couple more looteroth. Give me. And when I get, well, okay, what's coming after me? Oh, that's the royal looteroth.
Yeah, he's kind of a bitch.
Running, 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 running. Fuck that. Oh, wait. Grab that ore. Tink.
Owie, I didn't even touch your quill, bastard. Get a kill.
Here.
Me. Fucking hate the Tobi-Kadachi, dude.
Yeah. He's really squirrely.
Especially when I'm still trying to learn how to hit him.
Oh, it's a 10 out of 10? Oh, I thought it was... What? Oh, yeah, don't make her... Yeah. Kerdink. Yeah, there we go. Macalite ore. That's what I need the most of right now. Here, over top. Let's go drop. Show bank. Okay. What? No. She had something when she went up. Alright, so I just finished my mission. Give me a second. I can go back and I can show you how to rock it.
Well, I just need to remember the button schemes. That's all I need.
Yeah, I'll come back and I'll because like the thing is like you're doing the buzzsaw, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the buzzsaw. I'm just trying to remember how to do it. That's what's getting me killed.
Yeah. Yeah, because you shouldn't be having that hard of an issue with it. You should be doing pretty well. At least I would imagine.
Well, I remember how to charge the shield, but I just can't remember how to do the fucking other
Well,
part.
if you can only remember one of them, at least the shield is the one you remember. Okay, Mm-hmm. Oh. Fine. I don't think it means to. Okay, let me get a weapon though. I think I sold my charge blade because I made it. It was like the beginning charge blade. So.
What do you need?
Let me go ahead and just.
I can just look it up if it's easier
No, I got it.
that way.
I'm right here. No, I can make one. I'm just getting to the point. I mean, I just need to make one real quick. I'm just seeing which one would be the better one to make real quick. The bone.
He always hits me when I'm trying to not recharge, but like whenever I'm trying to cool down my files, he knows exactly when to hit me.
What's with the ore tree? How sharp is the ore tree?
Woo! That's a quill.
Ore tree has more sharpness, less damage, but more sharpness in general.
Gotcha.
Ore tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now is the ore tree.
Village is in
All right.
your hands.
I'm on my way over. All right, I'm here. I gotta change my switch. Go real quick. Are you in the training area?
No, I'm fighting a Topigadachi. That's why I said I just need you to tell me the.
Oh yeah, give me a
Oh,
second.
he's gonna kill me!
Let me get my blade charged real quick, and I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so files. Okay, charged my shield. Your shield's charged, right? While you're trying to do the axe mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you have your files, okay, so you're gonna hit your charge button, and then you're just gonna hold. You're just gonna hold Y. And then every time you attack with the Y button, you're gonna keep holding it every time. That way you get the buzzsaw. Hold all your attacks. Another reason I like the buzzsaw attack, by the way, is if when you're doing the Y attacks, it actually charges your files. It fills your files back up, like the white of your files. So you could just stay in this mode for a long time and just keep attacking. Okay.
Hi, Abby. How you doing, baby? How
That's
you
the
doing,
block
baby?
charge. Okay. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So it's the same thing as when you charge your sword. When you hit the right trigger and B to like charge it, but you just gotta hold your Y button. And then you'll see it start to spin up, and then right when it gets to the top and spinning, then you can let go. Kind of similar. You gotta. This one's a different charge up. It's not like a very easy timing. There's like a window you gotta kind of fit in.
I just can't remember how to get it to charge up.
Like right trigger and B, and then you gotta. It's like when you clip in your files, you just hold Y when you're doing that.
How are you today?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Have a look.
It's one of those things where it's a lot to remember. when you're doing it because it's got a lot of instruction. Shouldn't need to worry too much. I'm just collecting a couple things, but never a bad thing to have some extra stamina. That was 3 of what I needed, so probably over here is gonna be the fastest way. Those 2 are underground. I'll have to go around to get those.
God, he keeps stunning me! And my dog and my cat don't do shit. When I'm stunned, it's starting to piss me off a wee bit.
I don't blame you. Toby's always been that way for me. He's always been kind of a pain. Kind of like the Nagakuga. Like, it's just one of those monsters that, like, stun a lot and they're really agile and, you know, kind of thing like that where you just get really, like, agitated trying to fight them. Trust me, I do understand exactly how you feel. So camp. Oh, I should grab that, ore and I didn't. Tink. Okay. Could make it up all the way there, but we'll just try over here first. Where is it? Over here. Is it on the ground or is it up in the air? It's up above me. It's up on that. Oh, I can't. Okay, I see what I got. Oh, I feel like parkouring. Let's grab this. Okay. Let's go. Where is it? It should be right in here. Oh, well. Get off this. Ooh, relic. Let's go. Nice. Alright, perfect. Alright, that's done.
Oh, hello.
Alright.
Here's the quest list.
Alright.
Alright.
Don't forget the frozen. Okay.
Don't forget to eat.
I don't need to eat. They're just Jaggy and Jagai. Nope. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm going back to the hunting horn, by the way, because I'm gonna commit. Like I wanna stray from the things. I'm like, oh no, I wanna go back to what I'm used to. And it's like, no, I'm gonna commit. I said I'd commit, so I'm gonna commit.
Good for you.
Oh, hey. That's, got them all?
Damn, I missed.
Okay.
Ooh, Dylan got on.
Nope.
Must be done with work.
Well, he said he had some stuff to do this morning, but, like, he didn't
Well, yeah, like
specify, so...
I was just gonna
I'm
say
assuming
he's
he's
just probably
gonna
done with
hop on.
them.
Yep.
That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah, I get you. try to try to wire bug without any wire bug. I was just like, hey. Okay.
Dylan!
Welcome to the stream.
Screaming us, boy.
Yeah, Xbox is doing that thing for me where you're really quiet again.
Oh,
you're
sorry.
really
I'm probably talking quiet. How about now?
Yeah, that's way better. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was Xbox being weird, and I was like, no, you're just quiet. No, you're fine. I'd rather you come to the party being a little quiet than you coming to the party blowing out my eardrums. So I mean, to be honest, that's probably the preferable too. So like, no, you're absolutely fine.
I'll
I
be
went back to
honest.
the-
It's weird for me because like I'm trying to like you know how like I explained this to Matt earlier. It was a matter of like I'm trying to control how my volume. And because I'm not used to that, because my volume sometimes gets out of control to where I do start yelling and I don't even notice. I'm
Yeah.
trying to watch my volume, and so if there ever is a time where you're like, "Hey, Dylan, I can't hear you that well," it's because I'm trying to control it this whole time, and I might
I do the same thing.
accidentally make it too
Yeah.
low. And so it's like if you need me to speak up, it's good to let me know because
I'll let
that
you
way I
know.
know the range of what is the average that I need to speak.
Gotcha. Did you include your audio in the stream?
Yeah.
Cool. No, you're good. I do the same thing because I have the same problem. I get a little too excitable, and I can't hear how loud I'm because my headphones cover my ears, like in this noise canceling, so I can't hear how loud I'm getting.
Well, my
so
thing is,
sometimes I have the
I've
same
always
problem.
been a louder person to begin with. In my
Same.
house, it was freaking chaos. So it was like everyone yelled just normally. So it's like that's why it was like a matter of like I just got so used to it that it's like now it's like talking to other people that like it's not like that for them. They're like, "Hey man, why are you yelling at me?" And I'm like, "I'm talking normal."
Why are you yelling
Don't
at
yell
me?
at me.
I'm not
I'm
yelling.
just talking to you.
Well, and you know how you notice that that's the way you live your life is because when I do yell, I really hurt my throat because like I shred my vocal cords too, because like I go to the point where like you shouldn't be yelling at this loud ever. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I do want to say I went back to the hunting horn because like I said I'd commit to it. I was just feeling uncomfortable with the weapon. I was like, oh god, I should really like go to something different. And then after a while, I was like, no, I need
Oh,
to
can I
commit
get an
because
invite
that's-
to your guys' session?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of
I
course.
gotcha.
I got it. If you're already in a mission.
I mean, I can send me an invite. I'm at the end of my mission. I already finished it. I'm just in the countdown timer.
I'll do it first. I'm better than you.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect everybody to be instantly already on and going at this early. Because, like, sometimes you guys are on, but you're not, like, playing games on yet. So it's
Well-
like, I was expecting, like, after I did my, like,
You're expecting to get
chores
here at, like,
around the house,
3
I was
and
gonna
see us,
get
like,
on and
yeah.
I was just gonna pop music on and just play this game and just do missions after mission and just do that, like, straight hard grind through with
Let me guess,
blasting
yeah.
music.
And then
I
you
was
get
just
on,
gonna
you see
say-
like the whole party on. You're like, oh,
You're like, oh, hey, people. How's it
I was
going?
just gonna say I didn't have actually anything to do today. That was important.
I have homework to do, but I can do homework kind of between things because it's not that bad. They gave me one of those templates where it's like
I woke
just
up
fill in the
very
answers.
early this morning and I did chores around the house and then finished up some paperwork for work and then now I'm here gaming.
Gross.
I think
Yeah.
paperwork has got to be one of my least favorite things to do. And
Dude, I
it's
push
because
I'm gonna
'cause
be
it's always
honest, I
tedious.
push it off so heavily and I'm a huge procrastinator. Which is funny because when they get the paper, they're like, wow, this is the best if we've ever seen. You know, someone, you take
Yeah,
your
yeah.
time on this. And I'm like, dude, I literally turned it in last second.
It's like when
No,
your
no,
teacher
this
gives
is
you an
real-
A+ on
yeah,
an
I
assignment
worked
and they think
real
you spent
hard
the whole weekend on
on
it. Reality
it.
wise, you wrote it in the last hour of panic.
Dude, you
Like,
know how
oh,
often that
God.
happened in school? I wrote it sometimes just in the time right before
Yeah.
class. Like, how many times did you see me like typing away at my computer at the lunchroom because after lunch was,
Dude, I saw so many
English
people do
class.
that. Okay, I had a college course, right, where they asked me, they were like, how are you
I still
able
haven't
to
gotten
turn
an
in
invite, by the way. I
papers?
don't know if you
I
sent it.
sent it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I sent you an
There
invite.
we go. I sent you 2 now.
Yeah, I sent you another one too, just to make sure you get one. Not to spam you,
Please.
but making sure you get one, cause like I don't know what's going on with that. You should have gotten one.
I wonder
but-
if it's because I wonder if it's the Monster Hunter game that's doing that part.
Yeah, because like I'm getting no notification that's popping.
I was laying down, like while I was slept out here last night. I was laying down.
Are you guys
I fell
sending
asleep
it
out
through
here.
Xbox or are you sending it through?
We're
sending
doing
it
it
through
through
Xbox.
games.
I'm doing it through
I'm sending-
Xbox. Try to join my game manually. Click on one of our.
Yeah,
profiles,
you
just
can
hit
you can join game.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
you
have to
can
get
just-
an invite.
Because the
So I
codes.
Oh, like click one of your profiles
Click on my
on
profiles
like
and hit
Xbox.
join game. Yeah, and then hit join
Yeah.
game. It should let you in, because that's what I did with Matt. Like I didn't even get the invite. I just popped in.
The code is only now for to keep strange people out.
Yeah, when you put a password on, you really only need a password just so we don't get like a random person just popping in going, hey.
There we
how about
go. There
you
you
Oh, there we
are.
go. All right, I got
Yeah,
you.
see. There you go.
Hi, buddy.
Hey.
Welcome to the club. You know what's
I
will
take
say
a
about-
hit on my defense a little bit wearing this armor because like that armor is still a little better than what I'm currently wearing, but I'd
get way
rather
more
take the
benefit from the
buffs. Yeah,
stats,
because I
yeah.
get like stat wise that I'm like freaking shred through monsters.
So
And I'm okay with
I was
that.
just gonna say you're not supposed to be taking hits, period, at all either.
Yeah, I
See,
mean, well,
you-
there are some times
yeah.
that I mean, even though I'm a speed
can't avoid
person,
it
I
completely.
there's a lot, actually quite a few times that also like if they stun me, I was like, speed doesn't mean shit if I'm forced to stay still.
I know
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
It's such bullshit, isn't
So
it?
you know what? Something I
And
found
so
out that was
sometimes when I
interesting in
get
this
like
game?
stunned because they like roar or something, and then I get like because I got stunned,
Right.
then they like smack me, and I'm like, all right.
So fun fact, right? You know the hunting horn? Back in the old games, every hunting horn made the same sound. It was just this tune that was like, like it was just like this tune that you heard over and over again. It was the same tune for everyone. That's why a lot of people didn't like hunting horn, because it was after hearing that noise 100,000 times, you'd probably get pretty bored of it. I was listening because like when I played the Switch and I did a little bit of hunting horn, I didn't really have the volume up. Every single guitar or like every kind of single instrument you play sounds like the instrument it's representing. Like this specific instrument, when I'm playing, it sounds similar to it. And so and all the tunes are different. So when you're playing them, you can hear
That's
different
interesting.
instruments. Yeah, so I was like,
Oh, that's a
cool, 'cause
lot of detail. That's good detail.
that was like I was genuinely impressed. I'm like that's that's an interesting detail that I was like I didn't know
Good day for
before.
a hunt.
So that's cool. Because to be fair, hearing the because I
How
have
do I
done
get more
hunting horn and-
buddies again, by the way?
Go
Oh,
for the buddy.
who do I
go
buy
to?
'em.
Take care of yourself.
So you're in the main lobby, right?
I'm in the buddy lobby.
Oh, so you need to talk to the kid.
Yeah, I'm coming to the buddy art thing to do the same thing. So like I can show you.
Not him. You gotta talk to this guy right here.
Oh yeah,
Dial-up?
I'm doing missions right now to.
Do what? What is Daisy talking normal than Donald doesn't? I don't know. Maybe Donald got punched in the throat during one of his fights. He has.
It's a speech
To
impediment.
be fair,
Get it
though, also
right.
Donald has anger issues, and I feel like that's kind of why. Probably because he shred his vocal cords from all the yelling he does. He's probably permanently damaged his throat with how much he's screaming. I don't know. That's probably my guess.
Also, Dylan, if you come to right where I am, this will take you to the training area.
Oh no. No. Okay, I'm
Over
gonna
here.
buy. I need to buy some buddies.
Behind you. To your left.
Okay. I need to buy some buddies just because I need to max out my things that way I can have some of them do different things.
I have 4. I figured out that at least you need at least 7 minimum, other than the 2 that you start with. Because you send 4 out on the Meowcenary missions, and then 3 for the submarines.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so you say I need at least 2 of
No.
each.
No. So you start with 2, then you need an
Okay.
initial 7 more.
Oh, Keyblade.
Oh, so we need an additional 7 more.
Yeah, so when you go out to this ninja cat over here, it sends them out to get some materials that you can only get through the Meowcenaries. And that takes a requirement of, not a requirement, but a maximum of 4 buddies, which always I recommend. And then the submarines over here also get materials for. They also get materials, but there's only 3 of them, so 4. So you get 3 doing those, and they collect more quantities than the Meowcenaries do. So, just basically, if you tag team these 2 together, you get buku amount of stuff. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to buy them all at once. You just.
Oh, I'm just gonna, that's what I'm doing.
I bought as many as I could.
Oh, I
I'd be
literally
careful
bought, I
because
bought
the
all the
Meowcenaries,
cats,
they
and I
do-
couldn't buy the dog. I couldn't buy the last 3 dogs, but oh well, you know.
I was just gonna tell you guys that the Meowcenaries, the higher the level the buddy is, the more likely they'll survive the attack. I mean,
That's why you buy
they're-
so many, so that way if they don't survive, it doesn't matter.
Well, you can train them
Jesus.
too, is what I was trying to get at.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like going out and doing that. I have a whole group of my Palicos training right now because I have my farm buddies.
Where do I go
Are
to
they
train
already
'em?
back?
There's a
you go to
there's a
the
cat with a
dojo.
little.
You talk to the cat in your room or the dojo.
The dojo is where.
There's like a the,
Right
it's
across
from
from the
Tree
kid.
Stomp,
Okay.
Yeah, the cat doesn't. Yeah, you want to put. I put all. If you're not using any of them, put them in there so you can get them trained up, because then they can improve to the point where they're like higher levels for different things.
Yeah.
Well, I got some steel eggs and some trap tools. I don't think I've even bought a single trap tool in this because I constantly am grabbing from that nest. I'm always getting like trap tools.
I had to buy him because mine was not
Oh, hello.
cooperating very well with
I also
getting
don't really
more of
capture
those.
too many of them. The Kizu.
Oh, he's not bad. He's still silent, but he's not bad.
Okay, so
Don't
just
My
how do I
favorite
know?
music.
So once I get to the point to where I just gave them a Luna apple, they're all in the list. They're all, and then I hit,
Head down,
and I hit
and
confirm.
then after
Yep.
remission,
They're good.
it'll decrease by 1. Yeah, you just do that.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go then. Got that set
You can
up
also
at
use
least.
those same acorn things for the buddy dojo where they can learn more stuff.
That's what I did.
Not
Was
yeah.
I sent them to the dojo to train to be better
Okay.
because they're
You can
not to my
also-
liking yet.
And like Samson said, you can also do it for your Meowcenaries as well. It increases their chances by 1 level,
down
Yeah.
the
One whole
path they
level.
go. Definitely
which is
deceives.
not bad actually.
The silence that I'm
Hurrah!
saying.
Miscreant, show your mug if you
I still like
dare.
how, by the way, it's been a running joke and they haven't changed it with how the Kizu
But
doesn't have
when
any
it
theme
turns
music.
to face you, you'd rather be
I still think one of the
elsewhere.
funniest videos I've ever seen related to Monster Hunter on the internet is still the Kizu's theme song that was released, where they released like I think I want to say I wanted to say Capcom released a soundtrack for his theme, and it was just like 3.5 minutes of silence on a soundtrack, and I laughed.
Just some white
Sorry.
noise.
Yeah. It wasn't even white noise. It was literally nothing.
Oh,
it was just
shit,
this
I
dead
just unlocked
silent
my
track where there
Beyblade.
was nothing. And it was just like a picture of a Kizu, and it was like it was called the Kizu. It was like the themes of all the monsters. It was called the Kizu theme, and I laughed really hard. Everyone, of course, everyone in the comments is like, "Oh, my favorite!" Like, "Oh, like pure masterpiece."
Favorite
Because
monster
that's been like a
fight.
huge joke in the community since like
Alright, spinning
was it introduced?
multiple
Like
hit
3,
attack
4? when
performed
since
on
I've known it since
ground.
3 or 4.
An attack performed by slamming down both blades and a successful hit vaults you in the... Oh, that's the one I want. Demon Flight. Beyblade.
I need to get like my other ones because I'm not to the point where. Oh, this has a. Oh, I don't want that. Drop that.
Nah, I just got my Beyblade attack, which
You
I
got your
fucking
Beyblade?
love.
Oh, that's cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Cause it's Beyblade. Ba-na-na-na.
Freaking I love that
I-
attack, dude. Like, and I've
don't-
gotten so good with it that it's like actually kind of funny.
The original Blade series was a lot better than this new shit
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
dude,
out now.
The original anything is fucking better than what's out now.
But what makes
I mean, last night we were having a whole conversation about how like some Adventure Time jokes and all that, and we were just dying because it was just like the difference of like cartoons back in the day, like Adventure Time, some of the older ones like Danny Phantom, all them. The humor was so much funnier. Like how clever people were with the jokes is just different.
Well, also the problem is a lot of those jokes, they were back then they were funny because they're not freaking like how everyone's turning into fucking snowflakes now, where they could make a joke, but then nowadays it wouldn't fly because it would be like, oh, that's so offensive. And it's like, oh, shut up. Fucking next joke.
The comment would be to whom? Your children, because they don't care. They think it's funny. You know?
Yeah.
And that's all that
Well,
matters.
it's the problem is the freaking day of age. These kids is actually sadly the kids do care because like younger and younger the kids are starting to be more self-aware and aware of stuff, and
Well,
because all
the
this
kids are the ones who
bull
are like,
crap
oh,
around
that's
them.
inappropriate for my ears, and then the parents are like buying into it because my biggest thing is like we were all raised in that generation of just like you'll be fine, just rub some dirt in it,
I was raised in a household that was like, when I played bad games or watched terrible shows, before I could watch it, all my parents said was, it's fake, right? Yeah, alright, then go ahead. Like,
Obviously, yeah. And then they're like, okay, good. We're just making sure you're not confusing this with reality. And you're like, no.
yeah, it's like, don't confuse what you see with reality. Like, if it's
Yeah, this
fake
is
and you
not
know it's
reality.
fake, then that's fine. We don't care if you play these violent games or whatever. Just know it's fake.
Understand
But
the
if you,
difference
when
between this is
it's the
not how the world
problem, yeah, it's like
works.
the problem is so many people are not doing that and confusing shit with reality, and then you have those kids that are like, oh well, I wanted to act like I played so much of this game, so I wanted to act it out in real life. It's like, bro, you're confusing
My
reality
parents
with
just
video
trusted that I
games.
had the common sense not to be stupid. Like, I'm not going to play Assassin's Creed, go parkouring and stabbing people. I mean, that's
Even
my
though that
parents
is
just
good
trusting me to
career-
have.
I
even
mean,
though
I
that's
did.
great
I picked up
exercise.
parkouring because I enjoyed Assassin's Creed. I'm not gonna lie, but it was also a good workout. So
Well, I mean, for me though, like I remember for me, I lived in Lincoln County. There wasn't really parkour availability there.
yeah,
There wasn't like parking lots and things like that where you can go jumping from different levels of buildings. It was pretty much like, okay, for me, it was just like, I mean, there wasn't even the ability to like attempt that kind of a thing.
An excellent opportunity.
That's gonna. Yep, I saw that
Hey,
coming.
Arabian.
Thank you. Ooh, buddy, you just took.
I'm
that
just
from me.
happy I got my Beyblade attack.
Did you stop hitting me with that attack and let me sharpen? Holy shit, dude. God damn. There's 2 other people that fucking aim at.
You have to sharpen a horn.
Yeah, my musical instrument on flat.
Yeah,
No,
the
you don't.
haunting horn
It's
is
got-
I
so
believe
special.
it's not called sharpening. It's called tuning. But the game doesn't know, so they just still call it sharpening.
No.
Well, he gets the
It's-
rock
no,
out
Dylan.
and just
Yeah, it's playing
scrapes
flat notes.
along
I
it.
need to get back to a C sharp.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Haha, music jokes.
That's how you know we were all nerds in school.
To be fair though, if you ever had a hunting horde, you would have to retune it because if you'd smacked it, it would just slowly go out of tune. So
Oh yeah,
like,
how
eventually
often
just-
you smack that shit, you would have
Yeah,
to.
eventually it just sounded like hitting somebody with like a really awful bagpipes, where it's like, like that would probably do more
I will
damage than
say the one good
notes.
thing about like honestly a little bit about starting over on this is like now that I actually know what
Know
to
what you're
prepare
doing.
for and what to
Yeah.
look for, makes it a
I'm not
lot
wasting a lot
easier
of my
than when I
stuff.
was.
Well, for me, like, I've
yeah.
been wasting so many of my materials and time crafting a bunch of stuff that I'm like, oh, I don't need that.
It's like for me, it's like there are literally this armor that I'm wearing will last me through most of like story game if I just keep upgrading it, because it gives me the 2 stats I really mainly need. I might change it out later for like one other armor, but like still, and even then I won't even have it that long because once the DLC comes out, it's like at the beginning of the DLC is when the main armor that I use is there.
Yeah.
I hate being poisoned by the damn Rathian bitch.
Ugh. I hate the God. The Kizu is the most disgusting thing ever. It's a vile
It is the
creature.
thing of nightmares. It
Oh,
is the thing of
that's
vile
fine.
nightmares.
Oh no, I actually got away from that. Shut on.
Oh, there's actually an antidote. I'm supposed to be drinking an antidote right now. That's awkward.
Oh yeah, you can
There's
make.
always been
I
antidotes.
figured out something that's a lot
Oh
easier
no, I
to
was
use than
talking
drinking
about
mana.
like my fight I was doing. I was like I got hit by something and I was like, oh yeah, probably should antidote myself. Like.
That's poison. Right over that, mate.
My favorite moment is like also it's like if once we like all fight together and you see us, it's gonna be hilarious just because of like all of our different play styles.
Oh, fire!
Yeah, exactly. Oh, get away.
This is going to hurt!
Oh,
Leave me
darn.
alone, you damn monster!
My
got him.
Beyblade fight
Perfect.
like fighting technique also helps me get out of so many sticky situations. Because like when I fight up and then
Oh.
go in the air, most of the time
I
they can't
thought
hit
that
me
was
while
wrong,
I'm
yeah.
up in the air, and I'm like, haha, bitch.
Just go ahead and sharpen right now. Scream. Thank you for screaming after I sharpen. Appreciate that.
Gotta love it like when it works like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for waiting to stun
thank you
me
for stunning.
after I did the important thing I needed to do.
Yeah. That's really appreciated. It really is, though, honestly. It's like, if you're going to stun me, at least stun me in a more opportune time. Because, like, I'm okay getting stunned as long as it's, like, I'm not just going to get hit with a giant stun. And it's like, oh, like, I'm in a really shitty spot now. It's like, if I get hit with the stun and it's like, okay, but that was after I sharpened. It's like, well, at least I sharpened. As long as I can see some kind of positive.
So, I do have to tell you that other than drinking antidotes, I think the herbal, what's it called, the herbal medicine, so much
Mhm.
more effective than drinking an antidote. By the way,
Well, because the herbal medicine, you can just, like, poof down and, like, it's so much more...
and
You
it
want to
is-
know?
and it heals some
I
of your
watched a
more of your health too.
TikTok. I watched a TikTok
help.
about something that like I know I could never do. Like you know, someone's like so far out of your league of gaming that like there's this girl who played Elden Ring with a dance pad while also
yeah,
playing
Oh,
on
those
her
people.
game
I've
system,
seen
and
people
she
do that.
beat both
that.
of them and she played through all of them even on the hardest difficulty and beat them. I was like, you know, what I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not at
I
that
watched,
level.
there's a
I
guy
never
who's
will
really
be at
famous
that
for
level.
doing that too, and he's played a bunch of different games on different consoles. He's played them on like the Donkey Kong bongos, the DDR pad. I think one time he even played it on a banana.
What's
What?
a banana?
What's a banana? It's a yellow fruit
Okay.
that you peel.
Okay, sir, I get you now. I get
Yeah,
it.
like that's my thing. Is like, how skilled do you have to be to where you could literally use? Like, it's like I can beat this game with literally anything. Like, what do you mean anything? I'd beat it with a banana. What? Because what he did is he put a current. I think from what I understood, he put a current through it.
He
Like,
put
and when he
wires and
pressed- yeah,
currents
and he
yeah,
when he put
press
like
down.
pressure in certain spots, it essentially would be like buttons. I watched the same guy. I think it was the same guy. I watched one guy play Call of Duty Warzone with a flute. Where certain notes
Yeah,
corresponded with
see
buttons.
those
It's
like looking at those, I'm
you-
like those
you-
are levels of like skill I know for a fact I will never reach.
Well, because even the things he's like, yeah, are they like the best players doing that stuff? No. Are they decent? Like, yeah. But like, you're decent with a control scheme that's completely ridiculous, and I have to respect. It's like I'm definitely not gonna be at that level. Like, yeah, if I fought you doing that, I would beat you, but that wouldn't make me feel any better. Like, yeah, but I fought a guy with a flute. You know, like, and it was a battle.
And what's even
Like, what-
worse is if you lose against him, then
You
it's like
lost
I
to a guy
just
playing
lost
with a
to a
flute.
guy playing with just a flute.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is no matter what comes from that, you're pretty much in a no-win situation. If you win, everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, impressive." If you lose, then everyone's gonna look at you and go, "You lost to a flute."
How about this weather?
You're like, "Oh."
There's no winning in this situation.
I'm gonna ban that one. Yeah. No, I want that one. Let's do. Yeah, let's do that one.
Come again.
I need to get more stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Here's the quest
Oh,
list.
hello. Hello. Okay, so now I
Hello
just
to
gotta
you.
do Let's do can't stomach the thought.
Good luck.
Probably should eat first.
Hi, welcome. Yeah, I love that one too. Yeah.
Floating in
I
water.
wonder how long it took to
It
OT
beckons silently.
just pwn some monsters in this game when they're low rank.
As its prey approaches.
I'm used to fighting them at like a
Time to
higher
flee.
skill set, but then with
Gut and
but using a
strength
new
alike.
weapon makes it more challenging.
Definitely.
Rank
The other thing is, like, for
on
me, it's like I'm doing
grace.
okay with the hunting horn, but sometimes I get those few monsters where I'm like, if I had just a better knowledge of this weapon, I would be doing better.
Don't get
So
pushed
now
out
it's just
of
kind
the
of like,
ring.
I'm doing all right, but that's because I'm using the same weapon I always use in every, you know,
Mm.
Monster Hunter I play.
And that's understandable.
I'm not good enough
Well,
to
you didn't-
branch
well,
out yet.
You didn't finish like a lot of the monster hunters we played. Or,
Finished the
especially
world.
this- well, yeah, but like this.
I didn't
one-
get as high as you guys, but I finished it.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like this one, like, and or like you know what I mean, like. Where
And
you
then
didn't, like,
Rise
go
on
through
the
this
Switch,
one.
I was at the end of the DLC. Like, yeah, I didn't finish it, but I was at the end of the DLC.
Yeah, but we kind of shot put you through it though. Like you didn't like get a lot of the side stuff.
But I
done.
didn't die more than
No, he-
someone else we knew.
Because he felt like they're targeting him on purpose. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm streaming. There's evidence.
What evidence? I don't know your evidence.
What you're saying is correct, but
No one listed names.
yeah.
I could be talking about you, Samson, with all your bitching and moaning.
Oh
Hey.
shit!
This one is hot.
I've been
Especially my
tired.
Moaning, yes. Bitching, no.
I don't know. Some people like that.
You know what I could never understand? I could never understand the people that like the girls that would always be like, "Oh, but I'm sorry."
I'm
Like, oh my god, if you
Or, like,
spoke to
yeah,
that, like, spoke like to me like that, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
God. I mean, my biggest thing is like, I mean, everybody has their own things. So like, I just don't get it. But like, well, my biggest thing is like, I never understood the whole situation with that. Anyways, oh, I'm gonna get it. God, oh.
Ah, I'm 1 point short from being able to upgrade my armor again. No.
What did I break?
Oh yeah.
Bro, what did you break?
That
You broke your
guild
face.
cross starts at 24. Yeah, you can't upgrade it, but it starts. But see, my armor, if I just keep upgrading it, yeah, lower than it right now, but eventually I can get it to where it will be above it, and then
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
Hey Samson, guess what I just got from the Raytheon?
What'd you get? A ruby?
I got its plate.
Of
Oh, nice.
On the first time I ever fight the Raytheon in the game, and I get its highest low rank ability item.
That's nice.
oh shit, what is this? Eroded skeleton. I need an eroded skeleton to upgrade my sword. again.
You get that, I believe, from the
Bone
plain
piles.
Bone piles. Yeah, but specifically from the plane, I think.
From the plain bone piles.
The plains.
Like
yeah.
the sandy
the
plains.
sand area.
The sand area. Oh, I don't think I'm there yet.
You'll get there in like star 3.
I'm in star 3.
Yeah, then you should have. Then you
Uh,
just gotta fight something that's.
I just gotta fight. Oh, right here. I see it. In the.
Should,
Sandy
I bet
plains.
you should even have a.
Do I have an expedition?
Yeah, I bet you should have an expedition. God,
You know.
yet again.
You know
plays with,
what?
Like, me trying
Like-
to sharpen and everybody being literally cucks.
I don't like that. I just brush through that very easily. All right. Yeah, because I'm like, I was looking at my weapon. I was like, man, can I upgrade this yet? And I'm like, yeah. Well, apparently, all I need is just this bone.
I think the
and then
biggest thing I
freaking
can't
can
wait
go
for
it.
is I can't wait for my sharpness to be better.
Oh yeah, I know. Sharpness to actually last.
Yeah.
Not have to sharpen every 5 minutes.
I
Or
will say
5 seconds.
one thing I do like having on my hunting horn, which is super convenient, is my health recovery or like health health recovery or health regeneration. Those are like two like hunting horn skills I love having, especially in McGirth, because then like people are healing usually at some constant rate with me.
That is nice. And for some people that, you know, have struggled with taking damage, quite useful. Matt.
Yeah, I
mean,
struggle
for
quite a bit.
I about to say, I think for all of us that's still useful.
I struggle quite a bit. I can't just I just have to stand there. I have to look at him. I have to admire the monster.
He's
And it's
so
gorgeous
beautiful, and
beauty.
he's coming right for you. No, but he's so beautiful. God, stop eating me. Spitting me up in the air.
But it's fun.
Relic record. Interesting. Didn't even know about that.
Take this!
I found one of those. Lie.
You found a what?
A relic record?
Oh yeah, those. You get bonus
What?
points for those for your Meowcenaries peoples.
Oh.
Your ninja points, I call them.
Your ninja points.
Because your Meowcenaries basically is a ninja, and he's sending your guys off to do ninja things and steal things.
And
That's what I get to
steal
do.
things. You guys are. So we're stealing now? That's what we have come to?
Well, we are a small country.
Still.
We? Are we a we comprised of a country?
It's like I thought there was only like a few of us. How is it that we're a part of a?
To be fair, a
Kind of
country
the country.
isn't about the people. It's about having an I guess like an
Well,
taking
there's
over
that
an
episode
area.
in
It
Family
doesn't-
Guy when technically his whole
Yeah.
house wasn't a part of America, so he was a part of his own country.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
Victoria.
Ah,
I know the one. you're thinking of.
Victoria! I want to call it
Well,
people
yes,
at the gay bar down the street.
I don't know what
looking
needs.
for
I
me.
believe something could be classified as a country. You know,
there's
God,
probably
stop
like
eating me.
guidelines somewhere that like it's just
I would
simple as
imagine
just
like we
like,
probably
yeah.
do have a certain standard because that way like people with like a 3-person like landmass can be like, yep, we have our own country, like because like if they are their own country, even if it's like self-proclaimed, the United Nations I think does still have to respect the fact that they're their own country. But some guy just has to like.
Well, we could
fly over.
go into a different land like like the guy from Slime and all those other guys who built a country. It's like, oh, guess what? I built a country.
Yeah,
It's
but he also had to
undiscovered,
have like a bunch of like
Oh my
higher
God.
authority
He's hugging
people
me.
back him
Ouch.
of saying,
don't
yeah,
do it.
he's a country.
Yeah. But I still find it
Actually,
funny that
I'm
it
curious-
turned
I'm
out to
curious
be that
find-
way.
yeah, I'm curious to see like what are the. Okay, I killed it. What are the defining features? Actually, you know, I got a good idea. Hey Alexa. Alexa, what does it take to be a country?
It takes
Oh,
your
well,
mama.
I was thinking the same thing. It would say, I want to hear Alexa say, your mother.
So yeah, so okay,
Okay.
so basically based on Alexa, if that is like the correct, a country basically just has to have like its own defined like okay, this is their own area. They have to have some political kind of system in place. Like they have to have like an organization essentially, like how we have a democracy or a hierarchy. You have to have something kind of in that, like some political hierarchy, where it's like okay, like there's a leader and followers and some structure. If you have that, technically you can be a country. So if there was like 3 people, it's like, well, I'm the president. This is my secretary. And you know, this is
my
the
vice
head of
president.
like, yeah, like you have like different branches, and we all worked in different places. And we were like, oh yeah, but that's legal for us to have multiple
Well,
positions.
no,
in our
because you don't
country.
need 3 different places.
You just
I'm
need to
pretty
have
sure.
a. You just need. Oh,
you
no,
need to
you could
have
just say,
one,
like,
at
I'm the
least
king
one
of this
person. Yeah,
country.
yeah. It's like if someone declared themselves as the king or the dictator, then they're the only ones that are in charge.
I mean, I'm a lord of Scotland. So
Bushwood?
I mean,
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, because
yeah,
you
no, I'm
bought
a lord of
land.
Scotland. I actually do have the
Yeah.
official title of lord. I am legally allowed to hold that title. because I own my own property in Scotland because I don't I did that thing where if you buy like an area of Scotland to preserve the park,
It's a good day for a
you
hunt.
get the right of lord, because in Scotland to be lord you just have to own your own land essentially. So I legally have the title of lord, which is kind of fun. I mean, does it mean anything? No. Does it hold any weight? Absolutely not. But is it fun to tell people like, no, I'm a lord of Scotland? They're like, oh wow, really? I'm like, yeah, I'm a land in Scotland. You sound so much more interesting. Am I interesting? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
You're
And that
Above.
one
Sadly,
foot by
as someone
1
who's
foot
been
square
friends
that I
with you
own-
as many years as I have, yep, you're not interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure. You've been here just because you feel like I'm here just because I felt bad.
I'm
It
just
started
I'm
that
just here for
way,
the
and
show.
then now I'm kind of just like I've dug
In
myself
too
too
deep.
deep, and
Yeah, you're in too deep now. I've established a deep, meaningful friendship, but if I leave at this point in time, I would feel awful, and so I'm just kind of like, like, what do I do?
No, it's more like I invested too much in you to fail. So I want to watch it personally.
Yeah. What's the problem? I invested way too much into this relationship, and now if I leave, it's kind of too late. Like, oh.
isn't it sad that
Maria.
that's actually how some marriages work too?
Jeez, why'd you have to get so dark? We're all hanging
Like
out
last
having a good
night?
time laughing, and you're like, bring it to the real world. Jeez, Dylan.
It's like I did with last night, where it's like
Fuck,
Buggy
man.
was like,
See you later.
"That's what my balls taste like."
What do you want?
God.
Just
Speaking
spitting
from the throat,
facts
my
over
guy.
here.
Man, over here spitting truth. Like, you know, I mean, like, am I wrong? No. But are you right? Definitely not. Yeah, it's not about if you're wrong. It's about how right you are. And you're not very right. I could do... God, as much as I don't want to do the Kizu armor, it has Slugger, Focus, Thunder Attack, Recovery. So, I mean, it'd be kind of good for my recovery and all that.
No
So it's
need to
like,
hurry. There's plenty of time. My hammer's ready.
I'm gonna make... What's the leather? What's this leather? What's that one armor that like helped you like get more of everything? It was like the leather armor. What's the difference between either of these?
Yes, that one armor that helped you get more of the thing. Yes, I
More
I
gathering.
totally.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, more gathering. Specifically, that's what I'm saying. Like it's sorry. Like I apologize. It's a in community. It's a known armor set if you're just doing gathering, like for like things to pick up in the world. Because like the thing
Foraging?
is, like, no, it's like so if you like pick up like a herb.
When
or
can I
something, like
buy
2 or
me
3,
my
you get like
these
4 or
that
5.
increase my power? It's not until I'm like star 6, isn't it?
I thought
Jesus, that's a
I thought
giant
this-
ass fucking hammer.
God.
Or-
Oh, you talking about my guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
What's up?
That's right, you bury out, son of a bitch!
so
Run
I
away!
could make the Kizu hunting horn because it would have thunder damage, and if I wore the armor, it would give me even more thunder damage, which wouldn't be
Oh
bad.
god, but that thing looks nasty.
Yeah,
That
but it's,
hunting
but it's
horn looks like
awful
fle-
looking. So it's
Looks
just
like a bag
ugh.
of haggis. Giving
Bag of
flutes.
haggis.
You know they stopped making that now.
No
Haggis?
These people, yeah, because you know what it is, right?
It's stuff stuffed in the sheep's stomach.
It's sheep intestines.
Now get hunting.
Well, typically, I believe haggis is just it's the sheep's stomach, or I think it's its stomach. I want to say, and then inside of it, it's like beef, cabbage, and other things like that. So essentially, it's cooked and served in the stomach, and that's why a lot of people are like, oh,
Oh
but it's
jeez, you
stomach.
already have
no.
that thing?
I just
You already
killed it 'cause
fought that?
I killed it once. I just had
Oh.
enough of the parts where I could upgrade it. Yeah, this thing is awful.
Looks hideous.
I'm actually gonna go. You know, the sad part is I actually have to go fight it a bunch to go get the armor set from him because like it's gonna be probably the next. But
Don't forget to eat.
Oh, you're getting
What?
you're getting that armor set.
I did apply to them. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm saying. That's what my problem is. I don't know why that happened, but it happened. Okay.
Broke
Oh, I
your
probably
Hold
should've
on,
been
gotta go
doing
give
one.
my son his bottle, his, hourly bottle.
Hold on, I'm gonna change my equipment because I just realized I'm not gonna use the Kizu horn against the Kizu because that'd be kind of stupid.
that would be funny.
Really, you kind of defeat
Why
the purpose
not?
of what I'm. Because I
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
get
why
a
I
ton of
like to
damage.
have, as weird as it sounds, I'm kind of that person, like, I like to have weapons that I don't mind having multiple weapons, depending on the situation, but I prefer to have weapons that I can just take into any fight. Like, as weird as it sounds, like, it was like, well, that just sounds lazy. Yeah, but I also don't want to sit there and have to be like, all right, so looking at this monster and the stats of this monster, it's weaker to this, and you gotta use.
Well, for me, like I like keeping an armor set that's like specific, like because like there's only a couple weapons that do. Like Matt's weapon is going to be like that, where like he's going to have essentially 5 different elemental weapons for depending on what he's fighting, because that's just kind of what they're good at. So he's going to have one. It's kind of like bows. You have to use them for their elemental damage more so usually than their physical. You could use their physical and get away with it, but you would lose like damage.
Yeah, my biggest elemental that I know that will work on most monsters. I'm gonna just go the blast route. Just start breaking the shit out of the monster.
For you, honestly, poison or paralysis would probably be really good because if you get like the things where you get like more damage when they're poisoned or paralyzed, like
Yeah, that
you
could work.
get a coat slap because like I think the way it works is like it's the more you hit a monster, the more you apply like it's your affinity to whatever you're putting on it. So
Which,
like,
where if me being speed, I'm hitting it a lot.
yeah. Oh god. Oh, I thought it was further away than that. That was my own bad. I'm not doing my timing well during this Kizu fight.
At least I can also say the good news is it's like with us all also starting over on this game. Like, I mean, yeah, you guys are gonna probably zoom past me farther because I'm not on this all the time. I don't have time for that. But
Yeah.
like I still feel like I'm like still within your guys' area,
Well,
which is
yeah.
nice.
You're
Because
not-
then
yeah,
it's
you're
like
not just
before
fucking
it was like
around.
you guys were like already like, oh yeah, I'm 400 in
DLC.
master rank, and I'm sitting here just like, I'm level 5. Like master rank?
500?
Oh, what's a
No.
master rank?
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm getting shit done.
Like that's my whole thing with it. It's like I actually feel like I'm actually moving along and progressing with you guys
Well,
instead
the
of
thing too
me
is we
going
can't
feeling
because
like
we can't go into the the DLC that was in the previous game. Even if we do get to the end of the game, you're not that far behind us.
yeah.
You could easily catch up because then by the time we can all get caught up.
By the
when
time the DLC comes
then
out, yeah, and then
we'll
it's like
all
we
be
can
where
actually
we
all
need to be.
go together.
What you looking at, love?
Your face.
Just
I
pictures
need
of
to
flowers,
make
but-
a ton of potions. I don't know why I haven't yet, but I need to do that.
I'll get
You
them
probably
for
should. Oh, did you?
Okay,
When you
something
started the
later.
game up, did you happen to talk to that cat and get all the
Oh my god!
all your
Add-ons?
the add-ons?
Yeah, I did that when I first started up my game.
yeah.
Perfect. I was gonna say if you forget to
Well,
grab
we would
those,
have had the
you're
armor
stupid.
set without it.
That's true. I was just gonna say if you don't grab those, you're stupid. Because it gives you a lot of good material stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, it gives you all the event quests that the game's released up until the DLC came out.
I'm gonna be honest, pretty smart on Nintendo's part to release it on Xbox and then be like, oh, but we're not releasing the DLC yet. Then they'd be like, oh man, now
A
you're
lot
adding
of people,
more
by the way,
suspense.
don't. A lot of people. This game is rated 3 out of 5 stars, right? Because there's a lot of people who are just sitting there who have like really stupid points. One person was like, "I keep joining missions and die. Like my group keeps dying and we failed the mission." Like, okay, well that has nothing to do with the game. So
It
like,
It has
it's really
everything to
rated-
do with you just sucking.
Yeah.
Exactly. And yes, I can understand some people having like missteps on some of their moves, like with me. Like since I'm trying out a new weapon and all. Ah, the leaps and bounds of the Baroth. Saber-toothed flying tiger, son of a bitch.
My biggest thing that makes me laugh is like I love when people try to play games like these and because they just suck, they're like,
People-
no, the game's bad. Yeah,
'cause
the
I've heard
game's
a lot of people
bad. It's like, no, you
the
just
UI
suck.
is really bad. The moving is clunky, and like one person said something like, "This game doesn't have graphics nearly as good as World," and I went and like literally, it's like it's from a Switch game. Like this comes from a Switch. The graphics have been updated, but its original intention was for a Switch, not for the fucking Xbox. So they go, "Well, World is better." Well, yeah, World was meant to be on Xbox. It was
World
was
started
designed-
on system.
Yeah, it was designed to be a console thing. Like this game just happened to move to console. That's why it was like it's like they made this understanding that these are the capabilities of a Switch.
You okay?
I'm paralyzed. Help me. Thank you. Like yeah, but even like
No,
even
I
then,
don't
it's
wanna
really
help
not
you.
that bad. Like yeah, don't get me wrong. Like is it like graphically pleasing like World is? No. Okay. But like yeah, but like it's not bad. I never thought it was bad, you know, from the get-go. I was like, no, it's fine. The awkward part about fighting the Kizu is like when there's a silent moment, there's not like music to fill the background. It's just quiet.
Excellent opportunity.
You're just like, where's...
come on.
You're like,
So what
"Where's the
stars are you
suspense?"
guys on right now?
I'm just
I'm
finishing
still
up
working
4.
on some of the 3 stars.
Are you
I'm-
completing every single one before moving on?
Me, yeah, I am.
Same here.
Oh, so you're just going completely down the list.
Yeah, I'm just working on the Kizu stuff because that's probably going to be the next armor set I work on.
Oh, see, I just went and did all what was required of me before moving on to the next step.
Well, the reason I'm doing that is because, like, I'm going to have to come back and do it anyways, like, at some point, so I might as well just do it now and, like, not worry.
Yeah, that makes sense. That way it's done and over with. Once you complete it all, then it's like... Is that why it's like once you complete it all and, like, you get to the end and you start getting to your master rank stuff, like, you get instantly a way higher master rank from the get-go? Because the cap is released and it's like, boom, no
Yeah, the
zero
high rank. The high rank
Yeah.
does that, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like I said, like my thing about it is, like, yeah, like, I'm just, like, because, like, since there's
I
not going to
probably
be a DLC
after
to
I
get
do this, I
to-
probably need to go backtrack then and just go and do all of them because like
Yeah.
I haven't. I've been just trying to boost through the stars.
I would, yeah.
'Cause I
'cause,
thought
like, there's
that's
no
what
need
I was
get
supposed
that
to do.
fast to the stars because, like, we're going to be
There's no
here for a
DLC
while.
yet, so
Yeah,
it's like yeah, we're
so
gonna have to be waiting.
Might as well take my, like I said, even then, because, like, I'm still
Might as
getting
well
through
take
the
my time.
solos pretty fast.
Well, it's like being solo. Being solo,
I'm
honestly, is like not that hard.
I don't think you can say that. That's fine.
What?
It's going on YouTube. I don't care if they cancel me.
What'd
Well,
she
I can't
say?
bleep it on the stream. She was saying, who cares at this point in time? It's already been said. She was like, why is it every time I watch you play Monster
Well,
Hunter
it
Rise,
wasn't
you're always
said
fighting
on the
fleshy
mic because
penis
we didn't
thing?"
hear it. Ah,
Penis thing.
okay, that's not that bad. I've heard worse on like YouTube and all that.
Not like
Yeah,
she's
but I
Oh,
don't know
freaking
about enough
Pokimane
for-
showed a tit on stream, and she's still freaking one of the biggest content
Wait, what?
creators on there. So
Pokimane showed a tit on stream?
yeah, it slipped out of her shirt.
Fucking a boot. She got a nip slip, and I mean, to be fair though, like if it was like a genuine accident, like was it an accident? Like was she just like getting up, readjusting her shirt, and then a boob just popped out?
Well, it was a matter of like it happened and like she didn't notice for a bit. So I'm assuming it was an accident because like she didn't notice for a bit until
And then
she
when
like her chat said something and then she was like, "What? Oh shit!" And then
Oh, yeah,
ended
she
her
didn't notice
stream
it was
right
out
there.
until like her chat said something, and then she ended her stream immediately. Well, yeah, because now we're boobs on the internet. You know, everybody's like, a tit, save that clip, that boob.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and Pokimane was
yeah.
one of the streamers that everyone was like simping over hardcore
yeah.
too. So it's like the fact
Oh,
that
'cause
that
Pokemon
happened,
is a
or
huge
everyone was like,
simping, like, where everyone
finally, it's
simps
our
over,
time.
So, like, a boob fell out. Of course, everyone's just like, oh my god, it happened.
It sucks because it genuinely happens all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was like, I was like, my question was like, was it an accident or was it the typical like, oh, I stretched.
My
and a
streams were
boob-
getting low, so I gotta,
Yeah,
get
like, or was
boost
like
'em
quote
up.
unquote stretching and a tit popped out? Because like, but like, to be fair though, like, I mean that happens. I mean, it's like, I mean, there have been YouTubers who've had there literally been YouTubers who've had like stuff like something like that where like a ball pops out during something and they're just like. And Twitch is like, well, it was an accident, so like we're gonna slap them with the like, don't do that again kind of thing, and they're like, yeah, it wasn't intentional. What movie was I watching where some guy was running in like in a background cutscene and his balls came out of it because they're wearing those like running shorts, right? Like the really short.
Oh,
ones.
Jackass, the bad
No,
grandpa skit.
it was an actual movie. I can't remember what movie it was. There was an actual movie and it was in the movie. There was in the background they had some guys sprinting on like a field, like on like during like field and track and field, and he had those like old school like 80s like cut like really short guy shorts that they would wear running, because it wouldn't restrict your legs and all that. And when he was running, his balls popped out of the shorts and were slapping around, and then he like quickly like kind of covered them up and walked out of frame. But it was in the background of the movie, and nobody caught it and did anything about it. His full-on balls came out of his shorts, and everyone was just like, and I saw it. I can't remember the movie too. I watched that movie too. I can't remember the title. I wish I remembered. It was like, and I was just like, whoa, like that was hold on, I had to look it up. That way you guys like, it's like crazy because it's actually a pretty like on.
You know what sucks probably too, is like for someone like honestly, like I'll admit, like I'm one of those people. I do watch Pokimane streaming sometimes because like I think she's enjoyable. She's a good gamer, and she's hot. But like, so it's like it's kind of funny because it's like what's worse is her entire brand is she tries to brand that she will never
okay,
like.
yeah.
Oh, I will never cross that line to try to get my followers.
Yeah.
And then to have something like that, like the amount of embarrassment she showed, because it was like the one thing that she was trying to like refuse to go against.
I don't want to go to the level of like having to show my body off in order to get the views that most people like me are after. And then she goes to a tit slip, and then she's just like, I'm sure it was just one of those like, son of a bitch moments, because it's like, what do you say to that? Like, besides being just like angry, like, now I just look like a hypocrite. Yeah, the movie, by the way, Grease 2.
Oh, really? Grease?
Yeah, Grease 2 had a guy in the background. Yeah, it was because it was a high school thing, so they're wearing the high school shorts. Yeah, Grease 2 in the background had somebody like had their junk fall out, and they was in the background.
That's funny. That's very funny.
It bothers me more about that, Bruce, that it's a perfect circle.
I don't know where this came from.
I don't know what happened, but it's oddly satisfying.
She kicked me.
Probably did kick you. By the way, oh yeah, the other night, by the way, I slept out here the other night because she was in the middle of us, and she turned sideways, slapped me in the face, and kicked me in the balls. And that's when I got up, got my pillow, and went and slept on the couch because I was like, nah, nah, fam.
She's a little guy destroyer.
Yeah, the thing is, I noticed, like, you're sleeping, and I watch it happen. You'll be sleeping, and I'm just like, because I'm up, and you'll be sleeping. I look over, and she climbs over the top of you in a way where she doesn't wake you up. And then she sits between us, because she just wants to be between us, which is fine. She crawls into bed, I'm like, whatever. But it's until the point where I'm like drifting off into sleep. I'm like, oh, sweet bliss. And all of a sudden I catch a slap to my face, like it's like in the nose of my eyeball. I'm like, ah, and then all of a sudden a fucking like right ankle to the dick, and I'm just like, and all of a sudden I'm just like, so then I get up, I'm like, no, you can have my spot. I'm gonna sleep on the couch, because at least on the couch I'm not gonna get beat up.
At least I'm not gonna be beat up by a child.
You know, is it sad? It sounds like you guys just like next time you guys get your own place, probably should just have 2 separate rooms, just to be like either put her in a room or just be like, if this is how it's gonna be, you have your room and she has her room. Most people would be like, oh, but that's bad for a relationship. In certain situations like that,
I mean,
understandable.
Yeah, I would like to buy some dice for us. Fight me.
No.
I'm okay. I need to get a warm
You wanna sit
pelt.
right there?
Warm pelts are from Popo. No, the
they're
antelope
from
guys.
Yeah, they're from the yeah from the. It's okay. Hey.
I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
Okay. Okay. So pale bone, right? Is that like the Kizu special drop? Is that the pale bone? Ouch,
Pale extract was the keys used.
no, the pale bone.
I don't
I'm
know about
assuming
the
since
bone.
pale extract is, pale bone
That
sounds
well,
like
yeah.
it is
Like
too.
I'm saying is like I don't or when are you guys available to do me a favor and look or Emily, could you look up for me how to get the pale bone?
I'm in the middle of a hordes, otherwise I would.
I was gonna say, and I don't think.
Ow, Asuna Rose! You hit me in the shin one more time, and you're not gonna be playing under there anymore. That's the second time you've hit me in the same shin. It hurts, and you're clawing me with your your nails, and that
Hey,
hurts.
baby, can you move over there?
Ouch.
Get in my way.
Just put MHR pale bone, if you would. Thank you.
So
I'm just trying to
kindly.
see how to get a pale bone.
Baby, I don't want to whoop your ass. You just woke up, but get the fuck out of my
Yeah.
way because you're already pissing me off.
Yeah, but there's usually
Thank
conditions
you.
like, oh, you gotta break this or do that to usually get a better chance of getting it. So that's why I'm at.
There you go,
Let's keep it up.
Mr. fucking favorite tooth cat.
Okay, so I had to break its face. Got it. You think I would
Oh,
have?
that sounds like.
Because I've broken its face like multiple times. Alright, well, I need to get a warm pelt, but that's not the main thing I'm after. Oh, God.
Oh, and there.
Yeah, it was an envelope that I touched.
Oh, wrong button. Damn it.
Yeah, it has.
After this mission, I gotta change both my kids, get my daughter a bottle, blah blah blah. Joys of being an
Be a
adult.
parent.
You ever wonder, like, like the part that makes me laugh is like I sit here and I'm like, I know I'm a pretty vulgar person. Like even to my kids, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna whoop your ass, kind of thing. It's like my biggest thing that I hate is when people are like, you shouldn't be saying that to your kid. I'd be like, no, my kid knows better because they know what I mean,
Awesome and
and it gets the
Rose.
point across. You, on the other hand, mind your damn business, or I'll whoop your ass. And with you, I won't be kind.
You only get one warning. They get many.
Well, of course,
Goddamn
like, a
parents,
kid
go
doesn't.
away!
Because like, yeah, we say these things to our kids because they don't understand. It's like I wouldn't say this to like my 5-year-old kid, where it's like, oh, like I'm gonna say something that's kind of like pretty rough to my kid. Like no, like, but if it's like, oh, like my kid is like, it's like a 1-year-old kid who's just like screaming at 2 a.m. It's like, we're gonna fucking kill you. Of course, they don't understand what you're saying to them. They're just like, hey, dad.
Okay, so energy drinks help you not fall asleep. Like when you're dazed by sleep. That's what that does.
Ouch. Don't do it. Oh. He did it. Okay. What did you break? Oh, you broke his face. Oh. Oh, and I walked right into it. I was fine, and then I screwed
I
up.
mean, my biggest thing is like, obviously, when my kid gets older, I would typically be like, all right, I'll watch more what I say when I get older, because then they'll actually understand what I'm meaning, and then I'll be like, all right, I probably shouldn't be saying that because that's not what it exactly is. But in the heat of the moment, it's like when you're younger, yes, I will say I'm gonna whoop your ass,
Well,
but in
especially
reality,
being the part
I'm
of
not
the
really
parent
whooping
is,
your
like,
ass.
we've had these
At
habits
worst, that
for
happens, you
years.
get like a little tiny flick on the hand, and then they go, and you're like, yeah, like at least that's my point across.
Wonderful work, my friend.
Or like, depending on the situation, if it's like really bad and they're really not listening, then obviously they get a spanking. But like, oh, I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they asked me, they're like, do you spank your kid? And I was like, yes. They're like, that's child abuse, right?
It
I
is
was like,
not.
no, it is showing my kid that they are in the wrong, and the way that they learn is
I
spanking.
just said, really, show me where in the law it says it's child abuse, and I'll give it to you. I
Or
hate the
give me a
people who are, like,
definition of
spanking your kid,
actual-
yeah, spanking your kid is child abuse. It's like, no, it is not. It is it is. You can look up in the law. It's like, you show me in that law where it says it's child abuse, and I will.
I will stop right then and there.
Oh yeah, well, California's, yeah. If they do pass a law in California where you're not allowed to oh yeah, Emily was just saying they're trying to pass a law in California where spanking your kid is going to be considered child abuse soon, possibly. And I was like, yeah, if that does pass, California's gonna have some of the most
They
spoiled
won't.
kids.
As someone who lives in California, they won't.
Okay, what the hell, I didn't. Oh god. Oh my god. This. Ugh, I
Yeah.
don't like fighting the Kizu.
But
He's
did
just
you
an
know that
asshole.
California passed a law about a
Yep.
kid being able to have
Oh
a
my
sex
God.
change without their parents' permission?
Really?
Yep.
That sounds like a whole
Law
lot of
recently
fun.
passed, yeah. Like, it's on its final stages of getting approved. Like, I mean, obviously it can still be denied right now, but
I'm
like,
sure it's gonna be
it's like
denied.
it's
There's a
gotten
lot of
approved. The whole
violation
it got
rights there.
approved all the way to the final thing.
No,
like, they're
there's
on
a
the final
there's a
thing.
law right now that's in like the final step where it can still be denied, but it's in the final step of being approved, where parents can now legally change their kids' sex without their consent.
No, like the kid,
the
yeah,
kids.
kids
Oh,
can change
oh,
without the
kids can
parents'
change. Oh, the
consent.
kids can change it without the parents' consent. Okay, sorry. Opposite. I thought you were talking the opposite. I was like, that's fucked. No, the kid can change without the parents' consent. I mean, if your kid, it's your kid's body. I mean, like.
Yes,
it's kind
but
of
that the problem is because of that. That means any kid like, oh, I'm 16, not knowing better.
I feel like it should
I'm
be
gonna
like
go
a,
do
like an
this, and you're like,
18 thing,
no.
where it's like when you're an 18, you're an adult, you're legally, because at that point you're an adult, you really can pretty much do almost anything without anybody else's consent. At that point, I feel like it's like, well, it's your choice at that point. But like, I think like any younger than 18, it's just like you don't, it's like you're psychologically not to the point of developed yet to where like I feel like that's an appropriate choice that you should make at this time. In the future, yes, like, but when you're like 16, I don't think that's a good idea. Especially because, right, like, you're a kid, because, like, I remember, like, when we were kids in high school, our emotional states were everywhere. You know,
Yeah,
we were kids.
exactly. And some teenagers would probably just do it. Oh, I'm just doing it just to really piss off my parents, not to,
'Cause it was just kids
like
conversation,
because I
right?
actually want it. Like, is like that's again one of those things that's like, well, that's just unfair. Like,
Well, yeah, especially because, and that's the reason, like I said, I thought you were saying, like, the parents can do it to the kids. I was like, that's fucked up.
well, to be
And
fair,
then-
I mean, technically, like if the parents could do it to the kid, like if they were like a baby, that makes sense. But I feel like once they reach like, a
Awesome,
little
Grandma's here.
older,
Awesome,
then it's
Grandma's
like,
here.
all right, there's a point of no return.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's just like, I feel like kids are just too young at that point in time to make that kind of a big life choice.
Yeah. But I also think all of this is like getting so blown out of proportion. Oh, because you
Yeah.
know damn well this is only because this is this generation's problem.
It's probably just more so a publicity stunt than an actual, like, we care about their abilities. It's like, no, this is just another like oh, we just want to give kids more rights from their parents kind of situation.
Because like where does my biggest thing is like where does it end? If you have so many people going on about, oh well, I don't need my parents' permission to do this, I don't need my parents' permission to do this. At this point you're an adult, then it's like then where in my eyes, you know what that's leading up to? That's history repeating itself to eventually we're gonna lurk into, well, now children are working. And it's like, so you just started a whole shebang.
You're just rewinding the process a little bit in a different method. It's child labor laws, man. Child labor laws.
Yeah. Which it's like, it almost feels like they're trying to like get around those by making these steps, you know?
No more holding back.
Dum.
Flashbang.
Sorry, Asuna was talking with, Grandma, and so she like didn't want to say goodbye, so she was just getting upset that she had to go upstairs, so she was sitting here and like, Daddy's gonna commit a hate crime. Kizu's the one monster that deserves a hate crime. I'm sorry, that thing is an abomination.
It's more white than me. I'm pretty
Actually,
pale.
that would suggest that it was poison or venomous. Yeah. Either it would suggest there was some level of poison.
Toxins.
Yeah. God. Part of me is even wondering if this is even worth trying to grind this, because like that pale bone is like evading me very much, and I'm like, yeah, like I don't know if I want to say it, because I've tried to get the pale bone before for the Kizu, and I was not a fan of doing that grind before, so I don't know if I want to continue the chance of like doing it again. Nah, I'm gonna move on.
Goodbye.
I ain't got that kind of grit in me right now.
A special
I don't have that
Well, that's
kind
how we
of
go.
will to go
We'll sort it
on.
out. A little bit later, love. I want to get a couple hours of streaming in before I cut it off. Because I'm recording this and putting it on YouTube.
Ah, my elbow.
And I want to have a stable recording that doesn't have interruptions. Me. Exactly.
don't forget to eat.
Okay.
Oh
I can figure
shit!
that out
Oh
soon. It's
shit!
been in there for a bit.
Alright, so I just finished all my level 4 village quests.
Oh yeah, Dylan. Another thing too, by the way, that you missed when people were talking about how bad this game was. One of the things I said, the voice acting was really awful. I was like, just Bo. I was trying to Bo, Dylan and Matt.
Its
Sorry,
hunger uncooked.
I'm used to having Bo in my party when I asked that question. So, yeah.
Rakes up its lunch.
Oh,
chows
there
down
is a Topeka
without
Dutch.
grace.
Oh, that's an impact file though.
But inside this nest, for thieves there's no place.
Oh,
Impact.
It needs
my
to escape.
face.
I have the Somnacast! Oh, do I want to make it,
Ew, gross. So I got that fish. I got that motherfucking fish.
Big peanut.
We're not here. Yoinkage, yoink. Okay, love you.
Big peanut.
Grab the lucky bird or lucky life. Oh, everything. Okay. Okay, fine. Then you can walk to the store later. What?
My urgent quest is to now hunt the Magnamalo.
Oh, gross. Have fun with that. I'm gonna stick on my Kuliaku right now. Oop.
This was water. I have a water switch I can switch to a water or not one.
the support.
I can go get a. Ah, but that's so weak compared to the one I have. Why does the Barioth weapons always suck? Not Barioth, Baroth.
Because his thing's way more about defense and durability than it is about damage output.
No, the tiger one. I keep getting that name mixed up. Barioth, yeah, Barioth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Sabretooth.
Yeah, he's stupid. His stuff is always weak, dude, and it drives me nuts.
Probably because it's aiming more for the ice power than it is for the its ability to do all the other things.
What are you using again, Matt? You're using a sword and shield?
Using a charge.
No,
blade.
it's a charge blade. It is a sword and shield. It's also an axe. It's
Oh,
also a buzzsaw.
didn't you try to use that at one point already?
A lot of people have tried to
I
use it in our group, but the problem is it's just really complicated. Like, it is the most complicated weapon in Monster Hunter. Yeah?
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go pee.
It doesn't. You can put music on streaming. Yeah, we'll just don't play it extremely loud. I mean, you could close the door if that's the case. If it's like barely in the background, I would assume not. You can do it, like I said, just like I'm just saying. Just
Plus,
like,
they're
close
only
the
gonna
door.
really care if your stream is like super big and you're
Well, no,
super
I'm talking
famous.
about because I'm uploading this to YouTube, so.
Oh, so they're
YouTube, yeah, YouTube's the one I care because they have a software that detects it. No, Twitch wouldn't care. They usually go and have to see that stuff. But like that's the thing is like I said, no. But like YouTube on the other hand, no, they actually have a software that does that, so they can genuinely tell even if you are like trying to hide it. Because there's a checking process where it runs your audio through a database and then looks for any copyright content. Because I have been copywritten before. Nothing with where I had to take down a video or got anything against me. It was just like people are like, if you get ads on your video, like if you're a YouTuber who had ads on their video, we'd be able to claim some of the revenue of that. Which for my part, I
I'm back.
understand during some of those instances, but for me, sometimes
What's up?
like, it'd be like in a game. And I'm like,
Okay.
I'm sorry, but that should be beef between you and the game. I
Yeah, a
bought
little
this
bit.
game that happened to have your music in it. That doesn't make it fair to me. You know, like, because then at that point, like,
I don't know.
have to
It's a typical thing of like even D&D. Oh, we're gonna take the rights. We own the rights, so we're gonna take your revenue. It's
Dude,
like
their
well, that's not
stocks
fair.
have freaking dropped. If you wanted to like get into like if you were like, oh, I collect Magic the Gathering cards or anything like that, right now is the time because their stocks are awful.
Well, what's really fun, what really makes me upset is the movie that's coming out. That's the Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I
Honor
forgot about the
Among Thieves.
movie.
Yeah.
That's-
I
Oh,
wonder
you know how
that's
many
gonna-
people are gonna boycott that now?
I forgot
they
about the
just
D&D
lost a
movie
lot of
coming
money.
out. Ooh, that's a good point.
I saw the trailer. When I was in theaters, I totally forgot about it until I saw the trailer in theaters. And I'm like, wait a minute.
I have not heard anybody mention that. To be fair though, like we're mad at Wizards of the Coast. I don't know how, like, I don't know what their involvement with the movie is. If it's like, oh, like they approved it, but like, or if it's like their main producers. Like, I'd have to look into their general involvement because. You know, if it's like they're minorly involved, I think it'll be fine. If it's like, oh no, this is like their product, I'm gonna be like, you know.
Well, it
like,
has
yeah.
in the title. It says Dungeons and Dragons: Honors Among.
Well, I know
Thieves.
Dungeons and Dragons. I'm saying like most people are like, I mean like, yeah, it is Dungeons and Dragons, but like, I'm saying like I don't know how involved the company is with the movie specifically. If it's just
Eat it,
like,
Aubrey.
oh, like it's
Eat your
with
toy.
our stuff,
Eat
but
your
like,
treat.
you
Eat
know.
it. There you go. Good girl.
Well, with that new thing that they passed, it now became part of their
Like,
stuff.
true. Well, they haven't passed it yet. That was a rough draft that got leaked.
But yeah.
Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. No, eat it. Eat it all up. My dog is weird. She's a funny puppy. The only reason I say that is because, okay, so on Christmas, my mom gave her a ride, and she ate it all at my mom's house. Okay, brought home the exact same rawhide to my house. I gave it to her. She danced around it for a little bit, like it's a ritual, and then took it outside and buried it.
Dude, I love the dog like ritual dance when you give them like something like that, like when you give them a toy or a treat, and they're just like set it down there. Just
All
like,
right, I'm gonna be right back real quick, guys. I'm
like,
gonna go
bouncing
change
around.
my children.
Sounds good.
Okay, but then when I break it in half, then she eats it. She just goes and buries it somewhere out in the yard, and forgets about it every time. Only reason I know she buries it out in the yard is because I see clumps of dried up mud on her nose.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
All right, who should I go after first for the special licensing? Since now that's one of my missions is fight the Akanos or the Raytheon first.
The Akanos, the Raytheon.
Akanos.
Mm.
I'm gonna go after the Raytheon first because that one's the most annoying.
Yeah, I would say that probably.
Because I can deal with that. Akanos. Akanos is easy. Raytheon, on the other hand, she's a bitch.
What do you need?
You okay?
Yeah, that was my kid. She was just like, "Aww." I'm like, I think she's watching our show, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Have fun, little girl.
I'm like, I don't know what that was about, but I'm like, it's probably some fun or with some.
Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a notion and a runner in the night.
No need to hurry. There's plenty of time. Goodbye.
Okay.
What?
Make sure to check
Oh
the
no, I'm just
special
looking. I'm
quest
just
as
looking at
well.
some stuff to make.
Here's the quest list.
Fireball!
Okay, right in the Great Roggy.
Careful out there.
Hi, what's up, kitty? Hey,
Wait, what stars are you on?
What? I'm on 3-star.
you? Yeah, I love that one too. You? Yeah.
One of the other things I'm upset about personally too is the amount of my
Cursed hunting
my
ground.
rank reset.
Those who set foot there.
I was like
never
100.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
like,
were in the.
found.
I was in like
We're
the
not-
I was like almost 600, I think. That's
Yeah,
like
I
yeah, no,
think
that's
so.
all gone. So that's kind of like where I'm like, oh man, like that's kind of
When the
upsetting.
bird wyvern comes and
Yeah,
unleashes
because I was
its
right there behind you
Mm.
in those rankings. Oh god, the Akanos is here!
brings us swift
Oh, she bitch
death.
slapped that. Raytheon, though. Thank you.
I was can I say I love how like you always have that first monster you fight, right? And then like after like you fight a couple of the like your first monsters, all of the like clips are like usually of that monster getting like messed up by the next monster. Like, oh, you know how you fought this thing and it was decently difficult. Yeah, now this monster makes it look like a baby. You're like, all right.
Is that supposed to strike fear in my heart? Because if it does, then you stupid.
Is that supposed to scare me? 'Cause it did.
Open crane style, motherfucker.
I'm gonna have to look up what the best armor sets and stuff to use are gonna be in the low rank because like that way I'm going to have to get it all figured out.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Remember that? Do you remember the name of the website Bo was talking about? Is it 8 game or something? 8-bit con or whatever?
like 8-bit. I don't know, to be honest. I know the website he's talking. I mean, I'm sure if I looked up like the armor set thing and then found it, I'm sure I would probably get a hold of it.
Dude, Diakonos is already here. You damn dog! Why did you attack Diakonos? I don't want you to attack it.
Some humans could learn from you. This isn't good.
God. Before I even go to get that heal.
I should probably.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
boy.
I gotta go back because of what I did. I gotta go back and finish out 1 stars, 2 stars, and all that.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm like fighting the Ragia with the charge blade because like God, I can't, I don't keep. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to do that thing where if I tell myself something enough, I'm gonna believe it. The hunting horn isn't a bad weapon, but it's so boring. Personally, because like it's not like.
You betrayer!
Well, the problem is, yeah, I am because it's so boring to me.
Yeah.
Because like the problem is the whole point is just to keep cycling through your notes. And to do the same essential couple combos the entire time. It's kind of like the greatsword. It's kind of boring. And that's coming from my preferred weapon. The greatsword is kind of boring. The reason I liked the charge blade when I used it was because of the ability, because it was like, oh, this is super complex and interesting, and I can play this in multiple different ways, and it doesn't play like other weapons, and I can use 800 different combos. So it was interesting in that way to me. So, you know. I really need to get my evade extender because, God, this evade is awful.
That's what they all say.
Oh, you piece of fucking garbage. I'm fucking getting rid of the fucking ads because fuck you guys. Fucking over that shit. I hate when you're about to get a big hit off and then an ad comes up and slaps you from behind and cancels your combo, and you're just like, oh, cool.
Oh, yes. I agree.
So,
It's so
I
fucking
personally
annoying.
went out of my way to hit one of the ads with my my discharge just because of that, because I was like, no, that pissed me off. Like, I normally don't care, and usually I'm pretty cool-headed about, like, getting hit by certain things, but, like, that time I was like, no, like, I don't care, you know, like... Like, there's a point where even I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Ugh.
I shall put this to good use.
I shall put this to good use. Poison sack. Let's go. But yeah, like my biggest thing is just like I just hate I just hate getting slapped out of my combos like that. It just drives me up a fucking wall. Oh, but I got one more monster to fight, and then I'm done with the 3 stars completely, and then I can move on to 4. Cause my biggest thing is like it's really not gonna matter getting through all the stars. Like, cause the thing is like I can get up to I think it's 7 stars. I know, isn't there a point at where like you get done with your red stars to where then it's like, okay, now you need to do hub quests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like I'm probably gonna get to that point, and then from that point on, I'm gonna join everybody else and do those with people. So like I'm not. That's why I'm like really right now. I'm like,
That's
I'm not
kind of
really-
what I'm doing. Is I'm kind of doing my own solo thing until I.
Well,
'cause
also,
I
'cause
have
like
hub
getting
quests now,
myself
I
into
could
a
do if I
decent
wanted right now.
standing before I go into like.
Well, yeah, because like if I have myself geared up and everything, and then that way when we actually play together, I don't feel like you guys are just dragging me along. I feel like, oh no,
Like,
I'm actually
I'm helping.
contributing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that because I hate feeling like I'm being walked through the game.
So
It's
that
like-
that was my biggest problem when I was originally playing with everybody, was it was that typical like, oh well, I feel like it was more of a matter of like you guys were so far up there, and yeah, you guys were backtracking helping me. That's nice, but it's like I felt like nothing when I was like.
felt like you kind of feel like I feel like I'm holding you guys back rather than like actually like,
Yeah.
oh, we're doing this together and making progress. And okay, that's still got a couple days.
Plus, that way I can also like hone in my skills of getting better when I'm doing all this solo. Because that way, when I'm fighting all the harder things by myself, I actually get the hang of stuff. So then that way, it's like no matter how many times I die, I'm only like hurting myself. And then that way, when I do play with you guys, I'm actually prepared. And then it's like, all right, now I'm ready. Bring it.
That's fair.
Brian, no, Brian.
Because I personally don't like being the reason why it's like, oh, we lost that because Dylan died. Like, I don't want to ever hear that. Like, then it's like, oh, well, fuck, you know,
Well,
that made me
thankfully you
feel like
haven't
shit.
been that reason, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know I'm decent, like, in general, I know I'm, like, I do know I am decent enough at the game to where I'm usually not that person. It's just,
You don't want
I
to become
still,
that person.
I don't want to become, yeah, like, I don't want to become that person. That's why I'm like, I'd rather do a lot of solo stuff and get better with my character. And then that way, because if I can fight the harder things by myself, when I actually join you guys, it's just more of a matter of, ah, yes, other people makes it easier and more fun.
Makes sense.
Welcome. Roger.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That's a good pick.
I think it's the length.
That's a good pick.
I don't know. How far did we get after we beat the Magnum Hollow that it made us do the single
Good
quests?
pick. Great choice.
Do you remember, Samson?
Do I remember what? Sorry.
Good pick.
How far it made us do the single quest before it told us to stop doing those? You know?
I think it was it the end of 4 stars.
That's a good pick.
Well, I was just gonna say the 5 stars when Magnum Hollow appears.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's 5. I
But
don't
there's
know.
a point where you have to do
Was there a
hub,
point
like
with
it
the solos,
stops
or was it
your
was
story.
it the hub that
Well, no,
said you
like-
had to do that?
I'm pretty sure it was the hub that cut you off because I played all the way through the hub because Matt told me to go through the 7-star before I played hub with you guys, and that's what I did.
Well, I mean, like, there's a point where the village quest is like, oh, you've done all you can in the village quest. Go do the hub
Which quest
quests
would you
now.
like?
Yeah,
That's what I was
that's
trying to get
7-star.
at.
Maybe after you. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe after you fight the Magnum Hollow. I'm not sure. It's been, like I said, I haven't been to this point in the story since, you know.
Shallow forest
Day one.
stream
Oh yeah, since
pours
like
through
back
the
in
night.
last, like the
Amidst
like
water,
not
a
the last
beast
April, the April before
prepares
last
to
April.
fight.
It's been like a year and a half, almost 2 years now since I've played back
Yeah.
at that point. So like,
Will bow
I don't
before
remember.
its might.
And we had not, and we
Bathing in
did
the
do a lot of
forest
waiting
awaits,
because we were waiting for other
using
people to
water as its
catch up to where
shield.
other people were.
True.
You know.
So yeah, so even then, it's still been at least over a year. So like, I don't remember.
Yellow collar standing proud, its fangs shall never yield.
Rar.
Do I want I want affinity with dual blades, right?
Yeah. That's your
Yes.
critical damage.
That's what I thought.
Critical Eye and Critical Jewels will probably be your best. Critical Eye.
Oh yeah, I
and
have
the other
critical
one.
eye on my armor. I was just wondering what the other.
Well, I was trying to remember what the other one was called. Critical.
I know critical eye is the only one I know. I don't remember the other one. I know the one you're talking about, but I don't remember. Oh, brain's drawn a blank.
Gouache.
Stop. My controller died.
Oh
It
no!
died now and not when I was, in the middle of a mission. That would have been awkward.
That
I'm
would've been a
bouncing
bad
right now off
idea.
this guy. That's not good.
Means you gotta sharpen your blade or something.
No, my blade's at yellow. That's the highest it goes.
Wait, who are you fighting?
The Royal Ludroth.
I think it was. Oh, did I end up actually going for the Kulu armor later on? Because like looking at it, it gives me a little bit of critical eye, stun resistance, stamina thief, slugger, horn maestro. That's not important. But like, and then maximum might. I think I eventually ended up going and upgrading to this armor at one point. Yeah, I think I did looking at it, 'cause I'm looking at like the red headband, and that looks like actually quite familiar. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter at this point yet.
So weird how they fucking knocking those like little fireballs jump.
God, he's just beating me up so bad right now because I'm not doing good against this Royal Ludoth. Why did I do backwards when I was looking right at him? Okay, that was a stupid discharge. I was aiming at him, but that's okay.
Are you doing a charge blade too?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just thought you were just making jokes.
No, I said, no, I'm being honest. I said, like, I tried doing the hunting horde, but to me, it's a boring weapon, and I can't do it. Like, I can't go through an entire game playing a weapon that I'm not having fun with. I need something that's a little bit more interesting. Like, I still want to do greatsword because, like, I'm still going to hold true to, like, I'm going to still avoid my main weapon, but, like, okay, oh my god, this Loyal Ruloff is really agitating me because, like, my thing is my weapon was green, it wouldn't be a problem. Come on. Okay, thank you. Like, yeah, the problem is my weapon being yellow actually is kind of a big issue. So I really need to, God, I'm gonna have to get something that's a green sharpness at least. Because if
That's
I'm
why
bouncing
I
off
went
of
over to
him, I need to have. The problem though
That's
is
why
like
I
I
kind
don't
of
know
hopped
what
over to the ore tree.
Oh yeah, I might have to do the same thing. Well, I'm in the ore tree. I upgraded this. It's in the yellow.
I'm not even gonna bother eating and doing all that. I just have to kill like the little monsters in this area, and then I am done.
Yeah, that I was just gonna say. It was something
Don't waste,
simple then.
don't waste. Yeah.
This is going to hurt!
There we go. There we go. That got some damage in. I tried to block it, make it in time. God, bouncing off him constantly is bad.
Told you, Raganos. There is no escaping me. Your death will be swift. Your death will be painful. And it will be delicious.
I didn't even know this area was a thing. I'm collecting bugs that are apparently just giving me a crap ton of points. Interesting.
God damn it. Can you literally not be doing any
Running
area
away.
splash you can at this time? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him with my big move. Yep, okay, I about to say I have to just slap for damage. I can't waste any more time trying to get a tail cut because I'm not hitting his tail with anything else I have except for my big hits. That's not gonna work.
What squid we're doing? What squid we're doing in a cemetery? He looks like he's looking at a tombstone. Let's see what it says.
Here lies
Here.
my hopes and dreams.
Squares vs. hopes and dreams. What a baby.
What a baby.
I love how brutal they are. It's like what a baby.
This crab's just straight up like, oh cool, my cat just cut off the tail. Thank you. Apparently I did do enough damage to it. Thank God. Okay, how did I still get hit through my shield when I blocked toward him? I don't know,
Maybe you
man.
didn't have enough stamina.
Not had stamina. He just didn't count my block. Okay, it's fine. Like I said, my biggest thing is like it's fine. I'm surviving this encounter barely though, but Oh, and there goes my shield down to orange. Yeah, I need to get up to green now for sure. Not doing
I
this.
did it! I got the Akanos and the Raytheon all by my lonesome.
God, I need to get
Is
speed
that-
sharpening up too. Or I probably won't need it later on when I.
Yeah, I get you there. Is my tablet done charging? My tablet should be done charging.
Yeah, that encounter went very poorly.
Wait, I get to vote? What am I voting for? Oh, Anime Awards game. The Anime Awards. Alright.
Oh, is that already time for that again?
It, until the 5th of January.
You want her in her bed?
25th. 25th of January. Yeah, I figure out what I want to vote for. Vote. What are the votings? Best anime of the year. Either. Oh wow, wow. Okay. I only see three of those. I only see three of those being liable. So we got. So the top. This is for anime of the year. Anime of the year. We got
Okay.
Attack on Titan Final Season
No.
Part
Gross.
2. Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
No.
That one is.
No.
That one's actually really good. I
It's good,
enjoyed
but I
that
still
a
would
little
say
bit.
not anime of the year. I think it's good, but not anime of the year.
I think the Samsung should have shot this one coming. Demon Slayer, Entertainment District,
Yeah, that was a great
Arc.
one.
Lyric
Sickos.
Recoil.
Was that sorry?
I have no idea what the. Lyricos Recoil? Something like that?
None.
I don't know.
Heard of it.
Ranking of Kings Court 2.
Oh, that
And
was
then
a good
Spy
one.
X Family.
Ranking of Kings was a good. Oh, Spy Family was another good one.
I've never
I know.
seen
It's
any
pretty
of
good.
those practically.
It's pretty good. But that one's kind of more. Yet again, that's kind of a more interesting slice of life. So I don't think you would be interested in that as much. Demon Slayer though, the season 2 of Demon Slayer for the Entertainment District, was that season 2? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that one personally. Like, I think Demon Slayer is a great anime in my opinion. Like, I would stand behind that one consistently. It was a really
Those
good
are
one.
those are the 6 tops for the Anime of the Year. Those are the 6 nominees. Best original anime. Let's see here. I don't remember. I want to watch the one called Birdie Wings, Girls Golf Story, because it's about golf, and I want to see how
Gross.
they did that.
I would be interested to
Vampire
see.
and-
I mean, to be fair, I've seen animes about like soccer, boxing, like basketball. So like, I would be interested to see how they do a golfing one.
I would love to see it. Dear.
Is
Best
it just
animation.
me or do your guys' game when you are playing sometimes like is bright and then sometimes just dims and then brights again? Like
So that's
Yeah,
kind of
I've
game.
isn't it the
noticed that.
Switch?
So
It's the console.
Yeah, it's a console. I think what it's trying to do is it's trying to adjust for the light on your screen due to your settings. So I think it's a setting you can click on where like it adjusts for your screen lights. That way it doesn't like hit you with a bright light late at night. It'll adjust it to where it's not as bright.
No need to hurry. There's plenty of time.
Okay, I need to get something that's sharper, or I need something that's sharp. That's negative
Dual
affinity, but
swords.
it's sharp.
Best
said
action
dual
animes.
swords?
Yeah,
Could do dual swords.
Dual Swords is the best.
Alright, let's see. Best fantasy.
Well, you're doing dual swords though.
Oh,
Ooh,
Really.
Show me
Overlord's
up
on
with them.
there.
You want me to be a dual swords bro?
Oh,
I want to have a dual sword, bro.
My hammer's ready.
I'll do dual sword. I didn't do dual swords in the other thing, so yeah, I can do dual swords. That would still be mixed in.
Yeah, dual swords blow. I just completed the full list of the first star right now. So now I'm on the Oh, at the end when you complete it, it even does like, all right, check mark on first star. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's when you know it's done. Is because you get the check mark. If you get a yellow check mark, that means there's still more being added. If you get a red check mark, you completely finish that star, and there's no more to be done.
Oh, that's interesting.
Actually, I'm gonna make the Kazu daggers because it has paralysis, affinity, and thunder. So even if the thunder doesn't play a part into it, then
Which daggers?
the Kizu.
I don't think I have that.
Gotcha. Now,
gotta
What
see.
tree is that down?
I think it's the first one. And then it goes down
So
into
Samson,
the
I just
thunder.
got the second skill set for some of my weapons. Which skills?
Oh, I see.
You
I
like
mean, I
demon,
see
you like
the-
demon flight, right? That's the one you like.
Yeah, I use
I
Demon
like demon
Flight.
flurry rush. So I mean, you'll just be the aerial one. I'll be the. Is this the one that? Is that the one that gives you the Beyblade option?
The Demon Flight gives you, yeah, Beyblade.
Attack for and slamming down with both blades. Successful value hit vaults you in the air, slicing your target as you spin upward. Highly effective against larger monsters and those with weak spots so high. Easy to follow up the mid-air spinning blade dance. So, while in demon mode, you hit B. A draw attack that art mode. Okay, I'll try it. I haven't done that
That's
before.
bubble.
Okay, before I continue on anymore,
Oh,
I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Have you guys been interesting for the stream?
No.
No,
I forgot you were streaming for a second. What the heck?
Just some awkward.
It's not my
long
job to entertain
silence.
Awkward
not-
long
it's
time.
not-
You can edit that out, right?
Gonna have to.
it's not our job to entertain your audience. We're here to entertain you.
True.
Have a look.
I'm doing my.
We're
first
here to keep the
rampage.
ball rolling when you're here, but when you're not here, our job's not there.
Our job is non-existent.
Heavy.
You're the YouTuber here. You gotta do it.
See, he gets it. I knew he would.
I feel like there's a lot of like cashing out on your responsibilities here, but whatever. No, it's fine. I'm probably gonna finish the star up, and then I gotta go, and me and Emily are gonna go to the stores and stuff real quick. Emily, after here in a little bit, we ready to go to the
the
store?
rampage is here.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. I'm basically gonna get to a good point, and I'll end the stream off, and then what I'm gonna do from there is I'm going to download the stream to my computer and start working on that while doing a little bit of college work, and then when it gets uploaded, and it's gonna be uploading for a while, well, I'll head out.
I hate to say this, but there's gonna be like an hour-long silent moment there.
I've been waiting for you.
Be careful to and be sure to cut that out.
Oh yeah, I will. Trust
And
me.
also try to cut out the stuff where we did do a little trash talking on you. You probably don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hey, hero.
Oh, cat. Oh, this cat hurts like a son of a bitch, even with this high-level armor.
I'm gonna go fight a giant rabbit.
If it isn't
The Lagambi?
Yep.
Polar bear, koala, bunny.
It says it's a rabbit.
Yeah, yes. I mean bunny. It is a polar bear mix, though.
great.
Yeah.
Because bears slide on a bit. Because that bear slides on its belly.
Listen up. Let's move
I don't
on.
want to die by the Magnum Milo today.
Put down some artillery. Perfect. This ends here.
I will say the good news is of me doing a lot of this by myself and going through and completing this is getting me better at like dodging and all that too. So that way when I do get to later game, I'm like, I'm not using as much as supplies. So that means like later game I'll be
Excellent.
doing better on survival.
Survival of this motherfucker.
Great. Let's move on.
I'm still surprised the Magnum Milo can like fucking fly.
Come here.
I'm so surprised that you aren't dead yet.
Let's do this.
Haha, joke's on you. I'm immortal.
Give it a spin.
That's what every young guy in his 20s says until freaking he gets to his 40s and realizes, oh god, I shouldn't have done all that shit in my 20s.
Listen up.
I'm almost in my 30s, so I'm halfway there.
Gotta wait for
Yeah,
fucking
you'll f-
Master of Sushi to sit here and to explain everything.
Listen up.
Yes, Master Sushi. Makes sense.
You can do it.
If his name was Master Touch, I think his popularity would go up a lot.
Listen up.
Would you say, Samson?
Listen up. Come on. You got this. Come on. Like, oh my god,
You
shut
can
up.
do it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Crag shots make
Now I
me
don't
sure.
want to.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Listen up. Hold on tight.
Oh, Jesus, you are a fast son of a gun when you slide on your belly. That's adorable.
It's
Funny thing is,
adorable.
though, is luckily I'm a dual blade user because I have speed
I-
2, bitch.
They're coming.
You're like,
My
haha, joke's
armor-
on you.
And what's great about this is I know my armor is slacking. I probably should upgrade my armor, but I'm not gonna yet. Because I am petty, and I am determined to wear this armor until I feel like I don't want to wear this armor anymore. Not only am I getting better at dodging and not using less supplies, I'm using armor that's probably like I should go upgrade by now, but no, fuck that. Can't tell me what to do.
I remember how
I
used
don't
to be
live
so
by
scared of
society's rules of when I should upgrade my armor. I do it when I get bored of my armor.
Let's stop the rampage together. Leave it to me.
Okay, there we go. The rampage has started. Good.
Started your first rampage already?
Yeah, I'm on. That's like the third star one, right? Or like the third star, like
Yeah.
special thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that for that rampage.
Yeah, I just did that rampage myself
Another
recently
job
before I
And then after
started
this, I'll
going
be
through
on-
all the
I'll have
stars
all
again.
The 3 stars done, and then I'll be on the 4
Great
star.
find.
Okay.
Oh, don't you have to do it again? Do you have to do the rampage again after you
Oh,
do it
do
originally? the
certain-
first-
you do
There's
certain
like-
rampages every so often.
Oh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because I was like, I know I thought I saw it again pop up on my thing. I was like, I already did this. But then I was like, oh, do I have to do it again?
Oh, you don't you dare, cat.
Defend the gate.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to sharpen, cat. Leave me. Play with cat. Go play with Max. He loves
I'm
cats.
doing the last like hard fight in my second thing, and then the other one's just like I have to kill 14 of the little fly bugs, and I have to kill, and then I have to deliver 3 things. So it's like this is my only big fight, and the other stuff is all little, and I will get done fast.
Oh,
So it's like once I get this done, I'm
sweet.
practically done with the hard stuff of 2-star. Then I'll be on 3-star.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Full charge
Oh,
thunder
God.
shot.
Listen up.
The Magma still hurts like a son of a bitch. Bitch, why are you running?
Listen up.
I just wanted to. I just want someone to say something when he says, "Bitch, why are you running? Look in your shoe." What do you mean? Ah, he's shitting my shoe.
Oh shit, my shoe. Have you ever had an animal actually like throw up or shit like either on or in your shoes before? That
No.
is gotta be
They're
one of the
coming!
most agitating things an animal's ever done to me before. I've had them do
Let's
that
go.
before.
What?
It is like if they ever like throw up or shit in or on your shoe. Like they just like really like
Oh,
mess up your
yeah.
shit. Like oh my god.
And there's like, you have to be like, well, gotta go buy new shoes.
Yep. And like and you
Definitely
don't
not
want to be
wearing
mad,
these
but at the
ever
same sense
again.
like you have all right to be mad.
You want to know one thing that grossed me out? Was in high school, how Josh, he like his dog like shit on his jacket or something, and then he still decided to wear it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that's
Because like then we
nasty.
like complained because like we were like, dude, what is that smell? And he was like, oh yeah, my dog shit like on my jacket. All of us were like, what?
Yeah, and you're like, and you still decided to wear it?
Yeah, we're like, and you're wearing it? He's like, well, yeah, why not? And all of us were like, that is absolutely horrid. Like, it was like literally, it was like the fact that
Disgusting.
you wore that still is such a fucking disgusting thing. Well, because that was the thing. It was like we were like, normally all of us probably wouldn't have cared too much if he had like, if he had like, oh, I took it into the bathroom and I washed it off really good because like I needed a jacket. Like there was some level of like, you know, like there was some level of that kind of thing going on. Like,
Sanity.
yeah, well, it was like if there was some level of like cleaning it off and trying to get it all nice, I would have been like, oh, okay, understandable. Like no, like it was completely like.
He just completely, literally just grabbed it and then put it on and said, yeah, well, I needed a jacket. Oh, it's like, oh, fuck, dude. And at the time, like, I was collecting, like, I had, like, expensive jackets and collecting them. I was like, dude, I would have let you borrow one of mine. Fuck.
Yeah, I would prefer
Like,
you to
God.
have yours, yeah.
Hey, hero.
Well, I mean, heck, in high school, that was the only thing, like, because I was a high schooler kid with his own business, I had more money than he knew what to do with. I collected jackets. I had jackets that ranged from, like, $700 to, like, like, it was, like, ridiculous. I probably got a little carried away with it, but it was, like, that one thing that I was, like, I liked,
You can do it.
and so I collected.
Mhm.
Oh, he
And it was
shot
like-
me around the wall.
But it was like, I don't know how many countless times, like, when he has done that, like, stuff like that, I was like, dude, you know how many jackets I own. Literally, all you have to do is ask. I will give you one.
Like, I will personally lend you. I would give you my jacket off my god. I will be cold today, rather than because that was the thing. Because like it reeked, and like all of us were like, you were like, it was like it's disgusting to be even next to something like that, waiting for that.
Defend the gate.
I wonder how the teachers thought
Um,
when he went to class.
Oh, the teachers complained, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There was complaint. It wasn't like.
But
it wasn't like-
actually, the
I
day
just-
that he did that was the day that I had a whole drama thing with my English teacher where she said she didn't like my cologne and started a whole drama thing with that to where I threatened to sue her. And then I even was like, there is a kid who literally wore legit shit on his jacket, and you're more concerned about me just because you didn't like the type of cologne I wore.
Well, also too, it's like it's not appropriate for a teacher to comment on whatever clone you type. I mean, at least you're using cologne. I mean, there are a lot of
Especially
kids in our class that
sophisticated
even
he
take
is.
showers 90% of the time. So like honestly, like you're like that kind of a complaint. Like there's honestly way better things you could be upset about. That was like really like not the go-to.
Yeah,
issue.
it's like that's really the hill you're dying on right there is the fact of my cologne. Well, to be fair though, the whole thing was creepy with her. Like the way she acted about it and all that too
I think
was like it
I
was
think
like
one of the biggest issues was because she was a younger teacher. I think the problem is she was having an issue like picking up a teacher role versus like this like kind of still like young person thought process. You know what I mean? Because like I think
Yeah.
a lot of her issue was like she was still kind of in some because she wasn't that she was like in like what was like she was like later 20s, wasn't she? Like she wasn't that.
she was 25 when I was 18.
Yeah, so she was like, yeah, so she was, but she was still in that kind of like I'm still young, like thought process where like her.
Yeah, it's
attitude
like
was,
she's like, oh, we're not that far apart situation. So I'm like, well, I mean, like, as now with a psych degree, I could understand. It was a matter of like she was still young, so I mean, she probably had a hard time when like
Because
you
he's
had
about as old as we
18-year-old
are now,
boys. Yeah, it's like you had
Oh,
18-year-old
yeah.
boys now freaking like they were like, oh, we're not that far from you, constantly flirting with you and all that, to where it's like it probably a lot of it went to her head, like that
she
whole
started
like
feeling like a giddy high school
So
person.
this is the
and-
boss, huh?
yeah.
They're coming.
And so it's like it turns into so it really turns into that awkward kind of situation where it's like and then like the worst part of it was like
Defend the gate.
she knew that at the end, like when like me and my family threatened to like sue and do a
Sure.
restraining order, like is when they realized they were like, oh shit.
Like yeah,
Yeah,
maybe this was like a little like not okay.
But of course, it's like she was like out of all the teachers there, she was the better looking one. So of course, it's like you had all the kids constantly flirting with her.
Yeah,
And
so
I
it's
think
like,
it was just that
obviously,
it was
like,
that
you're gonna get
typical
away
like
with
a
all that
lot of it
shit.
just went to your head of like, all right, I understand, yeah, you're not that you're still a younger teacher and you have kids that are like we're not that far from your age
Telling you how
flirting with you.
yeah, attractive and
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah, it's easily for anyone to go to their head. Upon acting on it is where the fault of, you gotta remember, you're still a teacher. And that was the problem, was she started to kind of like a little act on it, and then that's when it was like, no, 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 that's not cool.
Well, yeah, because the problem is she started doing things like, well, cause like it's like how a high school girl would think, like, this really guy kind of stinks. What if I act like I like him, and then I give him some like, this.
Well,
I
there
love
was
this
times
cologne.
too where like she would like purposely, like kind of almost like flash like certain parts of her to us and all
Oh,
that.
I
Like,
do
she, was,
that
like,
one.
she
Okay.
knew what she was
There
doing.
was one day where there's like all day long was a presentation where she was writing on the board and she wore like UGG boots, like leggings and like a tighter shirt and like to the point where and anytime she had to reach up she had to like do like that little butt pinch, like oh I gotta reach up high, and like oh yeah I was like all of us of course like all the horn dog guys were like hey.
All the guys were like, all right. Like,
Well, of course, like for me though, like I was just like I was in the back because like of course like I actually was there to learn, and I was just like come on.
I
Man.
sat in front purely. I sat right next to her desk, but that was because it was like, well, to be fair, originally the reason why I sat right next to her desk was I sat far away from her desk, and then I got in trouble for talking with friends, and then so I was forced to sat next to her desk to do the whole like I'm keeping my eye on you. Then it turned into like that's a very bad situation because I'm a hormonal teenager sitting right next to a hot teacher the whole time.
I honestly don't think they should hire a teacher that's under the age of like 30, personally. Purely for the fact of like, if that, because there's so many instances where teachers have been, ooh, I love this scene, Magnum Malo. Personally, yeah, because that's my thing personally, it's just like that issue of, like, too many instances where kids and teachers have like relations, and it is due to the fact that like, oh well, they're like, these kids are 18 19 years old, the teacher's like 24 or 25, so it's like the age gap is appropriate for a relationship at that point, normally. So it's like, yeah, obviously,
So
like,
yeah, normally situations like technically as long as you're 18 you can date anyone really.
Yeah.
But as a fact that she was like I'm 18, she's 24, is like that's actually not that big of an age gap.
well, especially
And
when-
so it's like when you
especially
have
when you're
not
the
that big
younger
of an
one,
age
it's not
gap.
appropriate as a lot of people, like it's not super
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
still
another thing.
sexual
Is
rape
like
to a certain degree.
the whole society thing of the guy being the younger one. Obviously, everyone's like, "Oh, that's not bad."
But
Like,
yeah, he's 18, good for him, kind of thing.
yeah. But I also heard that she quit teaching now, which honestly is probably good
Probably after
because
I'm sure after she had twins, I think that was probably, and then after that, everyone kind of hated her because she took out her frustrations about that on the class. I imagine that she
well, yeah,
wasn't
it's
very
like
popular
that
there.
was another stupid thing. It was like not my fault you decided to not keep it in your fucking pants and you got pregnant with twins. Like, don't take it out on us. We're just the
Mhm.
students. We're forced to be here.
50 years ago,
Yeah.
Kamura village was attacked by the rampage.
You're the
of
one who got knocked
Magmar.
up, and it's not my fault. I didn't fucking put it in
We
you.
suffered some devastating casualties.
So that could happen again?
Trust me, not from lack of trying. I mean,
Don't worry, Yamamoto.
But that was the thing though, was like, we like
This
punished
time
it. Like she was like,
around,
I got pregnant,
we
like
have a
twins,
skilled
I did it
hunter
once,
by
and all
our
that kind of stuff. And all of us were like, okay, but that
I
none of
want
us
you
are responsible
to
for that.
slay
That was you and your
Magmar
husband's
for us.
doing, and you're taking out your
We
frustration
need
on
you
us. I remember that because that year,
protect
because
Kamura
our class was
village.
pretty fun up until that point.
her class. Well,
it's
I'm
not-
gonna be honest. I had issues with her quite a bit. Only because like my biggest thing was like when we were reading books, she always did the whole typical like, "You're cheating. How am I cheating?"
Take it to mom.
Well, on your chapter summary, you said word for word a lot what a few other people did. Well, yeah, it's a fucking chapter summary. What the fuck do you want from me?
I want you to discuss
And
the
you're
main
like-
points of this one chapter that's like 20 pages long. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a good chance that most of us are going to write very similar papers. Well, you wrote a couple sentences where word for word you said the same thing.
The things...
Probably because if you have 100 people writing the same thing, all of us are gonna have the same answers. Eventually, some people are gonna do the
You
thing.
two have to be strong every day.
That was my only thing that irritated me, because I remember like that's why I would have graduated a year early if it wasn't for that, because that's why in my senior year I literally had one English class and my whole entire schedule was just written down as radio, because like I would have graduated a year early if it wasn't for her doing that bullshit with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because she refused to keep giving me the grade I deserved, because she was saying, well, you cheated, and I was like, what the fuck? First off, even if I did, why does it fucking matter? Did the point get across? Yeah. Your job as a teacher is to make sure I learn. Did I learn? Well, yeah. Then shut the fuck up, grade my paper, and let me move on.
Well, no,
like,
so she did to all of us, where she would just randomly take out her anger and be like, "Oh, you obviously did something cheaty here, so I'm not giving you the paper." Because I mean, like, remember, like, because like I did it with that one paper, and like she gave me like a C.
oh
on the
yeah, where
paper.
I got an A
Yeah,
plus
you got
and
an
you got
A,
a
and
C
I got a
minus, and I
C.
was like, how did that possible?
Yeah, and our
like,
papers were literally like almost exact, like because we did the same topic, so our papers were super similar. And I got a really crappy thing, and I remember that because then I went to her and I was like, and I asked her to explain to me where this happened, and she was just like, and I'm like, so if you don't
Well,
have
yeah,
an
because I remember I
answer-
ended up going with you because I was like, no, I will use my paper as an example, because then she can't backtrack herself, because I'll be like, no, look at our paper side to side.
You both sat there like, yeah, Dylan did a paper exactly similar to mine, where our points were pretty much, because we both did this together. We had our words weren't the same, but our structure was literally exactly the same. And like, and you even admitted that my research, I had done more research and did a bigger paper that was better, and I got a C minus.
I was like, if anything, our
yeah.
grade should be swapped, in my opinion, was because I was like, no, he actually did more research. I'm gonna be honest, I shortcut my way and got an A.
Yeah, I was fucking pissed. And then when I confronted her about it, she didn't have the thing that made me angry too. She didn't have an answer. So now that's when I was even more angry. But I was like, okay, so if you don't have an answer, then you're just doing this to be an asshole. So at where is the what point am I going? Do I have to get really pissed off about this now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was my thing. Is like, yeah, because like I lost my shit on it. Hi, baby. Is that right? You got drinks? Awesome.
I wish I had drinks.
Mhm. But fishy? Yeah, you watching the fishy while you have some soda? Awesome.
Oh,
But,
those drinks. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, she got a soda. So.
Until we meet again.
But but that's the thing though, is like I said, like yeah, and like I remember because like I flipped my shit out on her, and she didn't have an answer, and that's where I got, like, that's why I was so angry at her. It was like, if you had an answer that made sense, like, because she gave me some answers, but they were just like, well, it was just like a lot of that, and I was like, so you fucked me over on purpose. And of course you get the whole no, there's like
No, there's a reason, and then they have to like do that whole like scanning your paper, trying to, and then that's when they
She had
nitpick
nothing.
something,
Yeah,
and you're
she,
like, no.
picked one thing. It was like, well, this, and I was like, and that was worthy of a 30% grade drop. You get like a lot of that like flat line, like
There's music in my game playing.
Oh, yeah, I know, I remember that because like she didn't have a
Oh,
single
yeah, because I
answer.
did the dishes you told me to do.
Oh yeah, I said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember
That's
that because
weird.
like I said, yeah, no, like because like I said, like yeah, you came up with me and we both confronted her and she didn't have an answer, and I was like, so then where? Then I remember that because then all of a sudden I went and looked on, because we had that student portal. I went and looked on my grade later on because later that afternoon I was just like, man, that C minus is gonna dog my grade, and I better go see how bad it is. And I looked and it was like an A minus, and I was like, oh, shocker. Just like yeah, because he had changed it, and I was just like, yeah, I was like, oh, shocker, like what? After I went and complained to you, like, and I had a valid point
I
that
remember
I
I
was
had to
suing
end up.
you
I
over,
ended up
like,
in the end of my senior year, towards the at the first half, I was always constantly having problems, and like I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I didn't show up to her class because I was like, fuck her. And it wasn't until the end half of my senior year that like Soderborg just walked up and he's like, "Do you just want to switch your classes online?" And I was like, "Thank God, please."
yes. Do you want to do online class, like an online English class for your last credit? I will gladly start over this year, and I will do a whole year in like 4 months. I will make this happen.
I ended up doing it actually. I ended up doing a whole year in a week. Like
It's
seriously,
really not
like
hard.
as
You
soon
just
as
gotta
like
take all the tests,
I
and if you
grinded
pass
that
them-
whole entire year within a week just because I was like, nah, man, like
That's
I
what I
will,
did for
like I
Emily.
will start over.
That's what I did for Emily because Emily had to redo a class because one of
I
her
don't know.
credits
Whenever I
was
feel
low.
like it.
Emily, what happened to like
To be
one
fair,
of
I
the
didn't
credits
even
to your
promise
math
you
class? Was it,
anything.
like, the
You
credit got
said it, not
lost or
me.
whatever, and you had to restart that class when we were doing the online math class with Mr. Smith.
Don't
Your
throw my
geometry.
phone.
Yeah,
I don't
didn't,
care
like,
if you're
you
angry, but
hadn't you,
never
like,
throw my
you hadn't
phone.
you done it, but like it just didn't like they just didn't transfer it or. Yeah, I'm pretty sure even a low grade it still would have passed because unless you got like an F, which I'm assuming you wouldn't have gotten an F. Yeah, then it would have passed passing. So yeah, so like Emily had an issue where when she moved, her geometry class didn't transfer over, like the credit got lost somewhere. So they like made her like it was like I remember it was like a month before graduation where they're like, oh, you need to do like your whole geometry year. And of course at that point in time like every class has their like finals going on. So like so she didn't have time. So she was like, "Can you like do this? Like help me with this?" I ended up doing like in like overnight. I did like half a year, like half of the credits work, and then like the next day like me and her grinded out. Yeah, yeah. Like I remember that because like I basically grinded Emily's like grade out for her because it was bullshit. So I was like, "I'll do it," and I like finished it. Length times width. Length times width. Geometry was kind of a
Length
weird
times
one.
width. Length times width times girth.
Well, yeah, and I went all the way to calculus. After calculus, you kind of like those things like that. Well, my problem is my geometry year got fucked up because my geometry teacher was awful that year. She ended up resigning the year after that. So it was like,
Are you talking about Lee?
yeah,
Or
Baby
not?
Lee.
Not
Baby
Lee.
Lee. Baby Lee.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Baby Lee. Yeah.
Because it was Mama Lee and Baby Lee. It was Baby Lee. Yeah, the last year she was in class. Again, it was when she was pregnant, and she was just like giving us. She blew off. Like don't get me wrong, it was a fun year in math because we hardly did shit that year, and we got an A in passing. And we just moved on. But like our geometry year was fucking awful. I learned more in geometry during calculus because Mr. Zero had to reteach us calculus like during calculus because he.
I remember because me and you were in the same class, and he was like, "Did you guys not learn this last year?" And then we were like, "We literally learned how to play poker."
Yeah, we were not.
And he was like,
about
"Are
it.
you?"
Yeah, we told him, like, well, we didn't get the greatest education that year because due to the teacher's, like, pregnancy status, our year kind of got shoved. And he was very nice. He was like, thank you guys for, because he liked her, because they were friends. So he was like, thank you guys for being polite about it. Because he was like, I appreciate you guys not, like, ragging on that person because, like, although you had the right to, we were polite about it. So he was like, thank you. And then after that, he's like, I'll tell you what. I'll teach you the lesson for geometry that involves this, and then I'll teach you the lesson that needs to use that. You guys will just have to pick it up. And we're like, okay. And he taught us that. I learned more in geometry and calculus than I did in geometry. Like Mr. Zero taught us geometry in the same year. That's where my geometry like got filled in for the most part. Was because he was like, I'll just teach you both, and I was like, fuck it, you're the man. Love Mr. Zero still to this day my favorite teacher. I love Mr. Zero.
Yeah, I love Mr. Zero.
He was such a cool teacher.
My favorite moment is at the end of the year, just lightsaber battling with him.
Oh God.
Lightsaber battles.
All right, so that's a good place to end off this stream. Talking about teachers sucking. Lighthearted topic. So yep, guys, thanks for
finished the
watching the
Magnum
stream.
mission.
I'll catch y'all later. I'll probably pop on and record the next stream for you guys. Probably continuing more on this with later. So as always, guys, I'll catch you next episode. And remember, stay magical. See you guys.
It's time to get magical.